this? It's changing. Yes, of course. Because this horrible hoverboard accident has occurred, Griff now goes to jail. Therefore, your son won't go with him, and that robbery will never take place. History, future history, has now been altered, and this is the proof. Marty, we've succeeded. Not exactly as I planned, but no matter. Let's go get Jennifer and go home. Classic line. Let's see how good Fears actually did. I'm gonna play that actual scene, and then I'm gonna after we watch that scene, then I'm gonna do it a little bit forward. So yeah, let me just put this over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of off camera. Hang on. There we are. Will it stay up? Ah. Come on. Hang on. There you go. It's kind of up. Alright. So, let's just see how well Fears actually did, my friends. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the background. Alright. Well, Fears, audience, Fears. Let's just see how good I actually did. It's one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future. I think I did pretty good. You know, but let's just hear it, shall we? So, let's see here. Back to the Future 2 scenes. And let me find it. Let's see here. Let's see if I actually did it really good.
Compliments of the chef.
Oh?
He brought the bacon
damn!
with the hundreds that he saved on car insurance with Geico. So he presents to you a bacon tart flambe.
Alright, hang on.
Now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
We are talking.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico.
It's a freaking Geico commercial.
The answer's no, Griff.
Hang on.
Some money on the cubby.
Two of them?
Here we go. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I was framed! I got that.
Yes. Yes, of
course.
Because this hoverboard incident has now occurred, Griff now goes to jail. Therefore, your son won't go with him tonight, and that robbery will never take place. Thus, history, future history, has now been altered, and this is the proof. Marty, we've succeeded not exactly as I planned, but no matter. Let's go get Jennifer and go home.
I mean, that's a pretty direct movie quote. I think I got a pretty good one. And then, what's this? A souvenir? 50 years of sports statistics. Hardly recreational reading material, Marty. Well, hey, Doc, you know, what's the difference of bringing back a little future from the, maybe we could place a couple bets? Marty, I didn't invent the time machine for financial gain. Where we've been, where we're going, the pitfalls, and the pros. Perhaps a question to that universal question. Why? Something like that. Let's see if I got it right. I got it a little wrong, but mostly I got it right.
What's this?
It's a souvenir.
50 years of sports statistics.
Yep.
Hardly recreational reading material, Marty.
Well, hey, Doc, and what's the harm in bringing back a little info on
I messed that up a little bit.
Place a couple bets.
Marty, I didn't invent the time machine for financial gain.
Yeah.
The intent here is to gain a clear perception of humanity. Where we've been, where we're going.
I got it a little right, but I got this part a little wrong.
The falls and the possibilities, the perils and the promise. Perhaps even an answer to that universal question. Why?
Hey, Doc, I'm all for that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that part. Yeah, what's wrong with making a few bucks on the side? I am going to throw this in the trash.
I'm making a few bucks on the side.
I almost got it. It was pretty good. Anyway, Fears, audience Fears, what's going on? I thought I'd start off with a movie quote, since we're going to be talking about movie quotes today. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Coffee first. In my Halloween Horror Nights mug, I'd like to go back someday. I have not been to Halloween Horror Nights since 2019. So it's been a while. By the way, Ghostface number 1 makes a cameo. Ghostface number 6 makes a cameo. And Scary Movie guy makes a cameo. I told you they'd all be making a cameo. Whether I wear it or they're there, they're here. They're anyway. I had a pretty good day. I hope you guys did too. I got back from work. Work was not too bad. We only had I think it was 38,000, so not too bad. I'm telling you, as soon as we get closer to Halloween, it's going to be going nuts. Thanksgiving's going to be going nuts. Christmas is going to be nuts. So then you'll hear those numbers into 50,000, 60,000. Oh, man. The factory is going to get very, 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 very busy. So, yeah. Anyway, today's topics. We got horror movie quotes, like I said. I didn't say what. We're gonna try to pick the best horror movie quotes, which is kind of hard because some horror movies, there are no memorable quotes. So, like, Michael Myers has not said one damn word. But other people have said things. Like Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis has a lot of memorable quotes. By the way, I got my new Halloween shirt on / Christmas. Good old Jack Skellington. And then like Norman or like what is it? They're coming to get you, Clarice. That fucking guy. I forgot his name. Chianti or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. So yeah. So we're gonna talk about some movie quotes. We're going to review some movies. I watched Space Camp last night, and then today I watched A Clown in a Cornfield. So tonight, I forgot that I had War Games. Everyone was like, Fears, I can't believe you haven't seen it. That's not true. I've seen bits of it growing up, but I've never actually seen it all the way through. Well, tonight is the night, and I actually started watching it. I got to the part where the kid finds the computer games, and he looks at his girlfriend and says, who should we be, the Soviets or the Americans? And he's like, I'm going to be the Soviets. So, that's where I am in the movie. I had to pause it. I thought I could finish it, but it was getting quite late. It was already 8:05, so I was like, So I'm going to finish it tonight. So, yeah. And if I like it enough, I'm going to get it on Blu-ray, because I only get my favorites on the Blu-rays. So, yeah. I gotta get Space Camp, though, on Blu-ray, because not only did I go to Space Camp as a kid, I actually won a trip to Space Camp. I told you guys I was a nerd. This is probably the most nerdiest thing about me. Yes. When I was in middle school, I was 15 years old, so it didn't help my cause with the ladies. I was in the science club, and I had to write a 1,000-word essay. It had to be at least 1,000 words on why I think I should be the winner and why my school should send me to Space Camp. So I just wrote like everything down that I knew about space, loved about space, everything that I contribute to the science club, and I can't believe there was 3 winners. There was me, another guy, and then another girl. There was 3 winners, and I was just one of the lucky ones. I would love to go back to Space Camp again and just do it. Because when I went, there was a little kid Space Camp, like for kids from 1st grade to 5th grade. Then there was, they called it Little Kid Space Camp. Then they had Junior High Space Camp, which is I went to, which was grades 6 through 8. Then they had Adult Space Camp, where adults could actually go to Space Camp. And, I'm sorry, they had junior high, which was 6th grade through 12th grade, and I was in that type of camp. And then they had adults that came to camp. I would not mind. That would be a nice vacation, going back to Space Camp. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if I'd get much footage, but it would be fun, because I had a blast when I was 15 years old. I went to Huntsville, Alabama. So exactly where they shot this film. It was filmed all the space scenes, because they actually go to space. That was filmed all out in California on green screens and stuff. But They filmed at the actual space camp that I actually went to in Huntsville, Alabama. That's where it's located. I haven't been back since, but so where they actually shot, all the bedrooms, like where all the kids sleep in, they shot in the actual space camp. So when I watch it, I'm like, I stayed there. I know exactly where that is. The hallways that they walk down, so did I. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. So far, I've been enjoying war games. Like I said, I'm at the point where he looks at his girlfriend and he says, let's be the Soviets. I would not be the Soviets. I'd be the Americans. Because the Soviets, back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they weren't too popular with Americans. That's why anytime we could hurt the Soviets in movies, that's why Americans did that, because they weren't our friends. I think they're our friends now. I don't really get into political bullshit, but they weren't our friends back in the 80s and the 70s, I can tell you that much. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed Clown in a Cornfield. So yeah, cannot wait to review these. There we are. Let's see, what else is on? So we're doing the movie quotes, we're reviewing movies, then I'm going to talk about some of my favorite Halloween memories, and then I thought, well, since we're talking about horror movies, and since I'm reviewing horror movies, I thought, what are the best sound effects that makes a good horror movie? I thought that'd be a good topic. All right, well, let me wake up Lantern, because you know that guy's say, why'd you wake me up, Fears? It's time for the podcast, you know, Lantern. Die, Fears, die now. And then he probably farted half a dozen times, you know, and he's got to wipe his little butt, you know, because it's stinky, you know. Damn! Phew! There it is. So let's give Lantern a call, see what he's up to. I hope you guys had a good day. I had a great day. And I'll talk about my day whenever I get done talking with Lantern. Let's see. All right. Lantern. Lord Lantern. There we are. I like the Halloween sound effects. Yo!
Man, that's spaghetti time.
Yo, Lantern!
Yeah. Yo.
Lantern, were you napping?
Yeah, listen to that the ringtone knows nothing.
I know, the ringtones, they got the ringtone, like, all Halloween-y out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now.
Man.
Lantern, what's going on, twin? What's up, twin? How you been, twin? What's going on, twin? So, Banjo, what's going on? Randall, what's going on, man? How you been? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Wait, that's not Randall. That's Lantern. You're tricking me. You're pranking me. Lantern, did you have a good day?
Yep.
Nice. Nice. I had a pretty good day, too. Lantern, did you have a nice nap?
Did you?
I had a fantastic nap, buddy. I got off of work. I had a little nap. I had a little breakfast. You know, I went out and got my hair cut. There we are. What do you think? What do you think, Lantern? Looks pretty good. It was getting too long, Lantern. Anyway. Hey, Lantern. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Lantern, that was you. That wasn't me. Don't even go there. That was a stinky one. Oh, man. All right, Lantern, we'll drop that link, and I'll see you back in the chat, all right? All right, buddy?
Are you live? Hello?
I'm live.
Oh, okay.
I'm live, buddy. I've been live for a couple minutes now. I just wanted to wake you up. So drop that link. Drop that link. What's up?
I thought I missed that already again.
No. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. You're just in time, my friend. You're just in time. You didn't miss it. You missed maybe like 3 minutes of it. You know, I literally just went live. You're good. You're good, buddy. Yeah. So drop that link, and then I'll see you in there, all right? All right. I'll see you later, Shunk. Internet was kind of crapping out. I kind of heard him a little bit. But yeah. All right, well, let's open up the chat. Let's get it rocking. All right, here we go. Yeah, I had a really good day. I hope you guys did too. I got home from work, like I said. I took a shower. I got some breakfast. Nothing too epic today. I just had a bowl of cereal. Cocoa Puffs. That's right. I'm sorry, not Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Pebbles. If you guys have never tried Cocoa Pebbles, you're missing out. Cocoa Pebbles are nice. Oh, yeah, they're good. Good old Cocoa Pebbles. And then yesterday I went to the store and I got some Kellogg's Pops. You know, the little kernel things? I haven't had Pops in quite a long time. So, Cocoa Pebbles today. And then I had a little nap. I woke up at around 1. Went and got my hair cut. So, looking stylish. I need to shave. Because I love the stubble. Right? The ladies. Ladies, what do you think? Liz, Kate, what do you think? Stubble or no stubble? Do you like the stubble? I like the stubble. But my boss does not like the stubble. So after I get done with this live, I'm probably going to have to shave it all off. Because he's like, Fears, we talked about this. No stubble or grow a beard. And I don't want to go full beard or full-on mustache. So I usually just cave in and go, oh, all right, and then I shave off the stubble. But I like the stubble. I'm just saying. And then, let's see, what else did I do today? I came home from, I finally got my Halloween cards out. I hope they get there in time. I finally just sat down, took an hour, and I wrote to 10 people. So I did my mom, my brother, and Shelton, my brother and Shelton and his wife are all together. So my mom, my aunt, Shelton, his mom, and his dad. My buddy Eric and his wife. Who else? My uncle, my aunt. Who else? My childhood friend, and then which I'm still friends with. He's a great guy. He's a pal of mine. Kind of reminds me of the guy from War Games. He was all into computers and video games, and he was more spoiled than I was. Like, I had a lot growing up. I'll admit it, I was a little spoiled. I wasn't super spoiled, but I was spoiled a little bit. My friend, though, he was spoiled. He had every computer game, every Game Boy, every Atari, everything. And anytime I went over and hung out at his house, he was kind of like that kid out of War Games. He was always sitting in front of either his video games or sitting in front of his computer, hacking, doing types of shit. I would just stand behind him and be like, what the hell are you doing? Because he was always on these crazy websites and going nuts. I didn't take a lot of chances as a kid. My friend would have took a chance. The minute it would pop up thermal global war, off of War Games, I'd be like, yeah, deuce, I'm out of here. But yeah. But my friend was kind of like that. I can't remember everybody else that I wrote to, but I wrote to a whole bunch of people, dropped them off at the post office today. I did a little bit of editing, but that was about it. Nice little calm day. So I hope your guys' day was too. Was pretty good too. All right, let's finally open up the chat because I'm probably way behind as always. There we are. All right. I did a little bit. All right, here we go. Yo! What's up? What's up, everybody? Good to see you. So, as always, let me start from the very beginning. Joey says, yo! What's up, Strong Bear? What's up, Joey? Nobody calls me chicken needles. Nobody. Yeah, that's good. And he's like, the answer is no, Griff. No? Yeah, what are you, deaf and stupid? I said no. What's wrong, McFly? Chicken? And then that guy pushes that button and you hear the bonk, 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 and then he goes, what'd you call me, Griff? Chicken, McFly. Nobody calls me. And then he has a bat and he's like, chicken. And then all hell breaks loose. There it is. Lantern beat me up on Discord last night. Did he? Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. Vision says, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? See, that's how we guys talk. Ladies, no offense to ladies, Mama Bear, Liz, Fangirl going, oh, hi, let's get coffee. How are you? Guys just go, what's up? And then the other guy's like, what's up? Doing good? Yeah. And that's about it. Girls are like, let's get coffee. Let's talk. Fuck guys. Let's go dance. Have you ever seen a guy say, hey, Mike, good news, sport. Tonight, I gotta dance. You'll never hear a guy say that. Ever. They'd probably think I was nuts. Hey, let's go to the club and dance. No. Girls, they'll get all with their purses, and their perfume, and their Palm Pilots and all that bullshit, get all dressed up. They'll stand in a circle and they'll dance the night away, which is fine, but guys don't do that. Anyway. Joey says, clown in a cornfield. What is he, stupid? Oh yeah, Joey. Any type of horror movie mistake, they made them and then some. Visions, you were right. It wasn't the best horror movie, but it was a very enjoyable watch for what it was. I enjoyed it. But yeah, Joey, they make a lot of mistakes in this horror movie. A lot. What's that noise? Who gives a shit? I'm going to go check it out. Well, good luck with that. Have a ball. Because I'd be halfway down the road, There he is. And then look at her. She's all like looking like, oh shit. Yeah, oh shit is right, bitch. That's right. I don't mean to call a girl bitch, but I use it for historical accuracy because they say bitch in this movie. So yeah. All right. We'll get to it, Joey. Don't worry. Let's see. Jucifer says, hey, what's up, Jucifer? Good to see you. I ate him with some fava beans and a nice, Chianti. I just can't remember. Silence of the Lambs, that's what it's from. Another movie that I need to watch all the way through. I've only watched bits of it. Let's see. Joey, you need to block Tiny Tina. Well, I've already blocked Tiny Tina, excuse me. So you won't see her in my chat, Tina. But yeah, good to see you, Strong Bear. Good to see you, Papa Bear. Good to see you, Mama Bear. By the way, Papa Bear had a nice birthday yesterday. But again, happy birthday to Strong Bear 19, the good old 60. 6-0. Now, Dave, I'm not making fun of your age, but I can't imagine the Fears Man being 60. I'm halfway there. I'm about to turn 42. So, it's only 20 years away. Just about. Just shy of a few numbers. Picture Fears at 60, like walking around, with my walker. Hey, yeah, dude. And then, yeah, woo. And then my fucking teeth fall out while I'm trying to do my, yeah, woo. That's probably what's going to happen. So, Dave, you're a lot better at 60 than Fears will be. My bones are brittle. My bones are falling apart. My eyesight is going. I have to get stronger contact, which I already have, but I'll probably have to get even stronger contacts in about a year or two. If I take my contacts out, I'm blind as a bat and I have to wear my glasses. So I'm falling apart. I really am. I can't function without my coffee. My bones are brittle. I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah. Anyway. Nice haircut, very sharp. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Mama Bear says, hello, Visions. Hello, Chicken Wizard. Hi, Tina. Total thermal nuclear war. Yeah, Dave, as soon as I saw that on camera, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Fears would not take that chance. No way. Yo, what's up, Zach? He says, hey, guys, I'm currently driving, but I'm here. Well, just drive safely, buddy. Won't be chatting very much because I'm driving. Well, that's good. Actually, you shouldn't even be watching a live stream, Zach, while you're driving. But be careful, my friend. Be careful. All right. So let's start things off with a bang, shall we? All right. Let's start with a little movie review, shall we? Let's start with children. Not children. I meant to say clown in the corn, excuse me. A lot of children get killed in this. Well, not children. Teenagers get killed in this. And adults. but mainly teenagers. So yeah. All right. All right. Clown in a cornfield. This was suggested by my friend Lord Visions. For what it was, buddy, it's not a perfect 10, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a solid. It's not bad, but it's not super good. It's a decent watch. I did enjoy it. They make fun of the 80s in it a lot. And then it starts, the very first scene is a typical horror movie. It flashes across the screen, 1991. And there's a bonfire going on, and there's kids all drinking around this bonfire. There's a barn in the back. So I'm like, okay, so this is a total recreation of O'Fallon, Missouri in the 90s, because I went to a lot of bonfires in the 90s and the 80s around O'Fallon, Missouri. So people are getting drunk, going nuts. This guy like follows his girlfriend into the cornfield, and he's like, "Babe, I thought we were gonna get high." Right? That's one of the first bit of dialogue. "Thought we were gonna get high, man." And then she starts taking off her clothes in the cornfield, and he's sipping on his beer, and he's smoking, and he goes, "Yeah, we can get high later." And he throws the beer, and then he starts getting naked, and then all hell breaks loose. They both die in the cornfield violently. So right off the bat, it's off to a good start. But they make fun of 80s and 90s and 70s horror movie, mainly 80s and 90s horror movie. And literally there's a line of dialogue right in the middle of the film. There's this like stupid girl with like black hair. She's walking past the scarecrow in the cornfield, and she says, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm in some trashy 80s horror film." And then the blonde, ditzy, like, valley chick's like, "Well, what happens next?" And she's like, I'm the next one to go." And sure in fact, she gets chainsawed through her stomach. And I'm like, bye-bye, later. So, for what it was, Visions, pretty good. I like the satire. I like the comedy. I like the, some really good kills in it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I'll take Michael Myers over this clown. Frenzo, that's his name, Frenzo. Did I pronounce it right? Hang on. I'm sorry, Frendo, not Frenzo. Frendo, excuse me, Frendo. So that's the name of the clown. So, all right, so clown in a cornfield. I'm going to give it a, let's see. I'm going to give it a solid. It was pretty good, but it wasn't like super good. But I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was right in the middle. It was enjoyable. I for sure would watch it again. I mean, it was good. So, but I've seen better horror movies than this. But that's right in the middle. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I did enjoy it, so I did enjoy it. Very satire, so satire. Funny. Bits of it was scary. So bits of it was scary. Good villain. Frendo was very, like, his mask was very not scary, creepy as all hell. Clowns have never scared me. You know how, like, some people, they get scared of clowns, like when you're a kid? My mom and dad took me to a carnival, I don't know, I was 6 or 7, and you guys have heard this story, and he's all like, "Hey, how are you?" And I looked at him and I went, "You're hilarious," and then I walked right off. And so I've never been afraid of clowns, ever. Probably never will, because I know it's just a guy in a suit with white makeup on with a big bright red nose, and I'm like, this ain't scary. But his mask was very creepy, very demented. So yeah. So let's see. I enjoyed it. Lots of satire, funny. Bits of it was scary. They make fun of the 80s and they make fun of 80s and 90s horror movies. So make fun of the 80s. Make fun of 80s and 90s horror movies. One of my favorite scenes, it's not my favorite scene, I'd say it's my second favorite scene. This just shows you, you youngsters, you need to listen to your parents, because if you had listened to your parents, you would know how to use a dial-up phone. You know, the old phone where you had to put your finger in it and go, like, 6, 3, 6, you know, like that. So they pick up the phone. She's like, where the hell are the buttons? Well, you stupid bitch, if you would listen to your dad, there are no buttons. You just take it and you go 6, 3, 6. You know, I'm just using Missouri area code as an example. So they were fucked. And I was like, well, if you would know how to use old technology, you wouldn't be fucked. So the phone scene was great because they throw down the phone and then they think there's a clown in the farmhouse. And she's like, this was a trap. This is a trap. Well, it was a trap. The clown wakes up off the fucking couch, stabs the ditzy Valley blonde chick, which she's so fucking annoying. She's dead. Then the smart girl, she's probably the smartest one out of the group. All the other teenagers are fucking dumb as hell. And she takes the pitchfork and goes, I'm sorry. And she rips it out of her friend and stabs him. He dies. So, probably the phone scene. That was pretty funny because I was like, I absolutely know how to use a dial-up phone. So, I would not be fucked, you know? I'm like, oh yeah, dialed-up phone. I used these as a kid. I absolutely know how to. But see, again, that's making fun of the 80s. So you have like a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old. They're like, how the fuck do you use this phone? Well, why don't you open up your fucking ears and listen to your parents? Then you wouldn't be fucked. So there it is. So the phone scene was probably my second favorite scene. That whole sequence. So yeah. I thought that was funny. Probably my favorite scene out of the entire movie. They actually do a spin on, on the villain, right? So in 80s and 90s and even in 70s, normally if there's a killer, there's usually just one killer, right? Normally. Especially in the 70s and 80s. In the 90s, they got more creative. Like in some of the Scream movies, there's either one killer or there's multiple Ghostface. In this one, there is a lot of clowns. So you see a clown in a cornfield, and then all of a sudden you see another clown in a cornfield. Then another, and then another. There's like 7 or 8 that come out of the cornfield with all sorts of blunt objects. One guy's got a chainsaw. And they think it's all a joke because their friends have been making YouTube videos about Friendo. Or how do you pronounce his name? Yeah, Friendo. Which he's not your friend. So they think it's all a big joke. And they're like, oh, so scary. Fake blood. And all of a sudden, one guy's got a, I don't know what you call it. It's a bow and arrow, but it's a gun that shoots arrows. I forgot what those things are called. What the hell is it called? Crossbow. And he shoots some kid right in the head with an arrow. And she's like, I don't think this is for YouTube. And all hell breaks loose at this rave that's in this barn. And there's like 7 or 8 clowns running around killing people. The best kill is where that girl said, oh, I'm trapped in an 80s horror movie. I'm next. She gets chainsawed. Chainsaw blade right through her stomach, and he's revving it, and she's all like that. She falls on the ground, and I'm like, well, that's the end of her. So that's probably that's my favorite scene. It's the Halloween rave in the cornfield. So yeah. And I'd say that's probably the scariest moment because they're looking around and they see one, and then 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 4, 4 leads to 7, and they're all looking around like, oh shit, we are so fucked beyond belief. Yeah, this is bad. So there it is. So I do recommend it. Let's see. Strong Bear says, sounds like Jaws. What, this? No. This is the farthest thing from Jaws, Dave. Where's your foil ball? It's gone, Joey. I told you, I got rid of it. No more foil ball. I'm just joking. It's over here, Joey. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here. I just didn't feel like having it in the set today. It's right there. It's there, don't worry. I was just joking with you guys. I don't think Fears would ever... If it got way too big, then I would probably get rid of the foil ball, but it's not too big yet. So, yeah. Anyway. Cops are out like crazy, so if you want to call me during the live stream, go ahead. But I gotta hop off. I'm not gonna call you during the live stream, Zach, because if you're working, 1, I don't want to bother you while you're working. 2, you should not be on the phone while you're driving, buddy. You know, so I don't want an accident to happen. But thanks a lot for tuning in, Zach. So yeah. So there it is. That's right, Joey. I wouldn't word it I wouldn't word it like that, but yeah, I was pulling your leg. So I would recommend it. If you like 70s and 80s and 90s horror movie, you'll love this. It's a nice satire film. Takes place in a small Midwestern town where nothing's going on. And there's a couple cameos in it. Hell yeah. So, this guy right here, he's been in a couple of Marvel movies. I forgot his name, but... I was surprised to see him in it. I was like, wow, a big actor like that's in a small... I wouldn't say it's a low-budget horror film. I'd say it's a low-budget movie, but it's not like a big going nuts like Marvel movie or anything like that. You could tell they had some money, but not a lot of money when they made this, but it's good. I enjoyed it. For what it is, I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it. So, yeah. So I would recommend it. It is funny. I got some laughs out of it. I got some... there's bits of it that's not super scary, but it's a tiny bit scary. I'm because I don't get really afraid of a lot of stuff. I've seen almost every horror movie alive. But there was a few times I was like, oh shit. Like, how the hell are they going to get out of here? You know, are they going to make all... And they made pretty much every horror movie mistake alive. So I'm going to write that down. Made every horror movie mistake that you can, basically. Let's split up. We got to get to a phone. Did you hear that? Let's go check it out. All that bullshit. And I'm like, just keep running. You know? If you run, and you run, and you run, and you run, eventually you'll get away from the thing trying to kill you. Or get in a car. And which is funny, is she doesn't know how to drive a stick. Thank God I learned how to drive a stick. It's been a while since I drove a stick, but I know how to drive a stick. Anyway, she gets in the car and she's like, oh God, I wish I would have listened to my dad. She gets in a truck that's only a stick shift. And so she's revving it. She's like, how the fuck did my dad tell me how to do this? Well, if you would have let your dad teach you how to drive a stick shift, you wouldn't be in this situation. And there's like 4 or 5 clowns around her. And then one of the clowns jumps into the back of the pickup truck and just breaks the glass and grabs her from the back. So she's like this, trying to drive it. And there's a window. And he just comes right through the glass, grabs her, and pulls her back into the bed. And then all the clowns take her to, like, their secret hideout. So there was bits of it that was kind of scary, but I don't really get scared that often. I jumped once. I just kind of went like that when something happened. But I did enjoy it. Yo, what's up, Pixel? Spooky Scary. That's right. Spooky Scary Bung. That's right, buddy. Pixel, have you seen this yet? It was good. Vision suggested it to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know? I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. It was good. I enjoyed it. I definitely would watch it again. There we are. Oh, man. I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. Oh, it was, Kate. It was a really... It was a cool movie, and I like that they didn't take themselves too seriously. They made fun of the 80s. They made fun of horror movies. They made every mistake in the book. And there was some cool death scenes. Like, when that girl gets chainsawed, I mean, the blade, Kate, is that fucking long. And the clown's just revving it. And she's all discombobulating and shit. She falls on the ground. Then the clown's all like, going nuts. And I'm like, well, that's the end of you. Keep on running. And then the two other girls take off. And I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. Shit is about to hit the fucking fan. And I was like, oh, man. So, yeah. If that movie was based off a book, then I have it in... Yeah. No, it's not based off a book. It's just a horror movie. So, yeah. Pixel. Well, I'm using the restroom. Did you watch this? Did you watch Clown in a Cornfield? I highly suggest it. Let me know. Anyway, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. 2 minutes. I'll be right back. So, just give me 1 second. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. So, yeah. Let's see here. All right, where did I leave off? Pixel says, I have seen it and I liked it. Oh, good. I mean, I enjoyed it too. I did. Vision said it's based off the 2020 book. Oh, is it? They wrote a book about this? Really? I'm going to have to look up the book. Is the book called Clown in a Cornfield? It is a fun slasher. Absolutely. 100% Pixel. Vision said, I liked it quite a bit, but I also saw that movie The Weeknd did earlier that day, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen, so maybe it was a bit skewed. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Visions. I did. Again, it wasn't the best horror movie, that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10, but for what it is, it's still enjoyable. Good kills, very predictable. At some parts, it's very predictable. The girl's like, well, what should we do now? Well, we got to get to a phone. I was like, oh, God, here we go. I'm like, we got to get to a phone. But what was not predictable is how they made fun of horror movies and they made fun of the 80s. Like, literally the two girls, when they pick up the receiver, you know, the circle one that you actually have to put up to your ear. She's like, where the hell are the buttons? And they try to pull it back. And I'm just like, they try to pull it back and they're like, what the fuck? Why isn't this working? And I'm like, well, you have to keep pulling the number all the way back. I'm like, you can't just pull it like this. You have to pull it all the way back. Let it go forward. Then you do the next number. So thank God I'm a kid from the 80s that would know how to work that fucking phone. So yeah. What's up, Triple? Get ready for some full-size golf ears. I'm coming. I'm ready. Bring it on. You're going down, motherfucker. That's right, Triple. Listen, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. You're going down. I love me some golf, whether it's mini golf or real golf. You're going down. I'll bet any amount of money. You're going down, buddy. Let's see. Chicken Wizard says, my girlfriend's cousin touched me in a cornfield. Damn. That's not good. That's not good at all. Running backwards in a cornfield? Yeah, that would hurt. That would really hurt. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, let's see. Fangirl Kate said, Chicken Wizard, why did you cheat on me? Yeah, what the hell? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Craziness. Let's see. I don't think so, Tina. Looks like it's on Amazon and AMC. That's right. That's right, Joey. Damn and Pew. Well, let's see if we can find the book, because I did not know that this was based on a book. So, is the book just Clown on a Cornfield? Hang on. Let's ask old Meta. That cranky bitch that is Mega. Hey, Meta. The movie Clown in a Cornfield was based on a book. What was the original book title for the book?
That's a classic horror reference. The movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space doesn't seem to fit the description, and neither...
See what I mean? She's being a bitch. I didn't say anything about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Open up your fucking ears. Get the earwax out of your fucking ears. Listen to me. You ready?
Hey. I'm listening.
Okay, good. So, there's a movie called Clown in a Cornfield, and before the movie came out, it was based on a book. What was the name of the original book?
The movie Clown in a Cornfield was based on a short story of the same name by Stephen King. Is that what you were thinking of?
Stephen King. Nice. Okay. I don't really trust Meta sometimes. Sometimes she gets it right. Sometimes she does not get it right. That's why I was like, open up your fucking ears. Get the earwax out of your fucking ears. Let's see. Let's actually look it up on Google. I trust Google. What is the book title? Book title of the movie version Clown in a Cornfield. Well, if I could type, hang on. The book that the movie Clown is based on a title. Oh, okay, so it's the same. It's the same. Clown in a Cornfield by author Adam Krieger. The 2020 novel was adapted into a 2025 film of the same name, directed by Eli Cray. The book and movie share the same title as the film is a direct interpretation of the novel. The novel did fairly good back in 2020. Rave reviews about it. The book is the first in the series, which also include sequels coming. The film is also launching a franchise. Oh, nice! So we can expect a sequel to it. Well, I look forward to a sequel because not only was it a good movie, but it had a good villain. The villain is creepy. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to this. Nice. Okay. Good. Good. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I really am. Hell yeah. I'm very excited. Nice. All right, let me catch up with the chat. So, Visions, I do appreciate the movie suggestion, my friend. It's awesome that they're making a sequel. It's awesome. I would actually like to read the book. You know, if this is like a direct interpretation of it, I'm sure they left some things out of the movie that was in the book, but like The Lost World, they took out tons of stuff out of the book and put it in the movie, but they didn't put everything out of the book. I've read bits and pieces of the Lost World, but I've read all of Michael Crichton, or however you say his name. I've read his original Jurassic Park novel. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's cool. I thought just somebody. So I had no idea they actually had a book about this. That's pretty awesome. I thought Hollywood just made up this story and was like, "Hey, that's a good idea. Let's make a horror movie." Had no idea it was a book first. That's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. I'm impressed. Let's see here. Chicken Wizard said it happened a long time ago. Lantern says, all right now, LOL, hey Tina. Hi Lantern. And then Vision says, hi Lantern, I love you. I think everybody loves Lantern. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Anyway. I had to, Kate. Sometimes she doesn't listen to fears. You know, Meta, she's either nice or she's a bitch. I hate to say it. You know? Like, I didn't say one word about killer clowns. I said, clown in a cornfield. That's why I was only half mean to her. I was like, get the wax out of your fucking ears. You know? I always double check on Google, though, because Meta, it's 50-50. Sometimes she gets it right, sometimes she gets it wrong. So, yeah. Let's see. Yes, that's because I know for sure it wasn't a Stephen King book. Yeah, it was a short story. It was a short story. By somebody else. Because I was like, I don't think it's a Stephen King. But it was a short story novel by that other guy that I just read his name. But I was like, this doesn't sound like a Stephen King novel. I mean, he already did a book on a clown, which was very profitable. It. So, yeah. Let's see. Pixel says, all right, I'll get you a race car bed. Nice! There you go. There you go. Do you want money for Christmas or a gaming console? Money. Money, Pixel. If you want to send money, go for it, my friend. I know you're talking to Lantern. I'm just joking. But if you were asking me, I only like to play video games here and there. I doubt if I'll ever buy a gaming console. Another one. Maybe one day. Anyway. Alright. Let's see. I've only played real golf once or twice, but I know you're going down. No. Listen, Triple, talk is El Cheapo. You know, I'm all about action. You get here, we'll go to the course. I'll have to rent some lefty clubs because I don't own any clubs, but I'm sure they've got some lefty clubs, and we'll go at it. I've only played golf 3 times, like real golf, in my life. I played mini golf tons of times. So, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Triple. That's right, Kate. She needs to get that wax out of her ears. I'm just joking. But, yeah. I would never talk to a lady like that. I'm just joking. Anyway. Fears, I sent you another Blu-ray. Oh, nice. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, my friend. Triple says, Fears, I sent you another Blu-ray. Visions has been asking you to watch this one for a long time. You'll love it. Okay. So it's on the list. Nice. I wonder if it's Chainsaw Hookers. Could be. I guess we'll find out. Well, Triple, I will keep checking the fan mail in a couple days, and if it comes in a couple days, even if it doesn't come in at time for, even if it doesn't come in time for Halloween, I'll watch it in November. Oh, I hope not, Visions. I hope not. Oh, God. Oh, Triple, please don't send me Edward Penis Hands. Oh, God. I hope not. Oh, man. It better not be Edward Penis Hands. Oh, God. God. No. Oh. It says it'll be there Monday. Okay. So next Monday. All right. Well, I will definitely check. Let's see. Will it get there in time before Halloween? Let's see. Hang on. Let me check my calendar. It will. It'll get here on the 27th. Nice. Okay, good. So it'll be here before Halloween. Yeah, I hope. I hope it's not Edward Penis Hands. No. Oh, I hope not. Oh, man. I hope not. I can't do it. Triple, I'm sorry. If you wasted your money on a Blu-ray of Edward Penis Hands, I'm just going to take it to the Goodwill. I can't watch it. I can't do it. Oh. Ew. I'll let Visions enjoy that. Visions, I can't take that away from you. I can't. That's your thing. I hope it's Sallow. I don't know what the hell that is. Sallow? I think I've watched that. Hang on. I think. I've watched the trailer. I've never watched the movie. Let me look up the trailer. That sounds familiar. Hang on. Sallow. Hang on. I think it sounds familiar. 1975. Oh wait, is this the one with the guy with the lawnmower? Like, is that what it is? Visions with the lawnmower, and he's like, and like he just chops off like zombie heads with a lawnmower or something. I think that's what. Hang on, let me see. Let me watch this again. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but the thumbnail looks familiar. It's some guy going like that on the thumbnail. I can't remember I don't know if I've seen this trailer or not. It looks familiar. I think I have. Sallow of 120 Days of Sodom, 1957. Oh, damn, so it's old. It's very old. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 1975. Okay, this is it. Okay. All right, hang on. Let's see. I think I've seen this. Hang on.
Deboli creature incatenate, destinate al nostro piacere.
Oh, is it German? Is it German? Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to understand this, but I'll watch the trailer.
Spero non vi siate illusi di trovare qui la ridicola libertà concessa dal mondo esterno. Siete fuori dai confini di ogni legalità. Nessuno sulla terra sa che voi siete.
Damn, some girl just jumped out of a window. Holy shit.
Per tutto quanto riguarda il mondo, voi siete già morti. Noi fascisti siamo i soli veri anarchici. Naturalmente una volta che ci siamo impadroniti dello Stato. Infatti la sola vera anarchia è quella del potere.
Oh man, that's creepy. That is creepy. They're like force feeding this like kid something, and it's like coming out of her mouth. This is gross.
Colui o colei il cui deretano sia giudicato il migliore.
Conto che non esiste cibo più inebriante.
Ew, this is gross. I hope to God it's not Sallow. I hope to God it's not Sallow. I don't know if I could stomach this. I really hope it's not Edward Penis Hands or Sallow. Ugh, that was just gross. That's nasty. Ugh. You were right, Visions. Vision says, I almost sent Fears my Cretan copy, but knew he wouldn't like it. LOL. Yeah, that's just not that's not my cup of tea. No. Ugh. So no Edward Penis Hands for me, and no Sallow. I'm good. I can go throughout my life without those two things, and that's just not me. Not me at all. Ugh. Ugh. Creepy. That's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Anyway, well, I will look for it. Triple, that was very nice of you to send me a Blu-ray before my birthday. So thank you very much. I will look out for it. So yeah, it says it'll be there Monday. You got to admit, it would be a hilarious watch. What, Pixel? Edward Penis Hands? Probably, but it probably would be hilarious. You know, I can only imagine what it is. Oh, Edward, take me now, and then he pulls out his hands, and, well, there you are. So it would be a hilarious watch, but it's a hilarious watch that I don't want to see, though. I'm good. I'm really good, Pixel, but I will admit it probably would be funny. But, yeah. Never thought I'd see you watch the Sallow trailer. Yep. Well, I've watched it before, Pixel, but it had been a while. Because when I turned on, it kind of was familiar, and I was like, I think I've seen this. But I think I was so grossed out that I turned it off. I just watched the whole thing, and I was like, this is nuts. This is too much. This is gross. So, whoever thought of that idea was fucked in the head. Because, man, that was crazy shit. They were, like, force-feeding a kid, and there was, like, I don't know, something around the girl's neck. Like, they had her, like, on a leash or something. And they were just, like, force-feeding her, and all the food's coming out of her mouth, and I was like, this is fucking gross. This is like, no offense to anyone, I just wouldn't want to watch that. I'm like, that's just too much. I couldn't watch that. That's just not me. But, no offense to anyone else that does watch it, that's just not my cup of tea. Let's see. Triple says, shoot, you guys have better ideas than I do. It's not either one of those movies, though. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, that's good. But Triple, I did like the other watch that you sent me. Everything All at Once with the Japanese actors. That was fantastic. I loved that movie. I reviewed it. It's up here in my action. It's in the action. Oh no, it's in the sci-fi. It's in the sci-fi. Hang on, it's right. There it is. So yeah, it's in the sci-fi section. I enjoyed it. I really did. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed that film, and I appreciate you sending it to me, Triple. I really do. That was very kind of you. Let's see. Pixel says penis hands would be so funny to own as a conversation piece. No, I'm good. I'm really good. Oh, Lord. Chicken says, maybe it's pieces. Yeah, maybe I could see pieces. Well, let's put it this way. I would much rather sit through Pieces, because that's an actual horror film, than Sallow or Edward Penis Hands. That's for sure. You know? But that's a lot. Like, the kid walks in. He's like, oh, hey, sister, how are you? And, shoves an axe right in her face, and there is fucking blood everywhere. And I was like, holy shit. So, yeah. Imagine a lady is over, and you mention it, and she will think it's hysterical. That would never happen in a billion years, Pixel. Never, because I'll never own it. And if someone tries to send it, I'll just turn in the goodwill. I can only imagine their faces. Yeah, I'd like to donate this Blu-ray, and they literally, I can just picture them. They look at it, they're like, Edward Penis Hands. You sure you don't want to keep this? No, I'm good. I don't want to keep it. What if they didn't take it? You know, because Goodwill is supposed to take pretty much anything. What if they didn't take it, Pixel? I'd be like, well, in the garbage you go. Yeah. Kate, how are you doing this evening? I'm good. How are you, dear? Let's see. Mr. Lantern says, Pixel gonna buy me an Xbox gaming console and a PlayStation for Christmas. Both gaming consoles, hell yeah. There you go, Lantern. So, yeah. Do you only watch lesbian stuff? I'll be honest. It's been a while since I've seen any porno visions, but I don't know, just I've never watched any, like, that's like a movie theme porn. Like, whenever I have watched porn, it's just normal porn, you know? Like a guy and a girl, you know? Like, I've seen some lesbian stuff, but I don't know if I'd want to sit down and be like, a Batman-themed porn or like a Star Wars-themed porn or like Edward. That's just weird. I'm not calling you weird, Vision. I'm just like, I'd never want to see them destroy like a movie that I like, making a porno of it. Like, I actually like Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands. So then to watch a porno version of it, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Anyway. So yeah. I'm guessing Taxi Driver or Evil Dead. Yeah, now see, those two would be good. Because I promised Visions to watch both. I've been looking, Visions, for Evil Dead. I'm going to have to just order it, you know, because I thought, oh, surely they'll have it at vintage stock, right? I hunted. They didn't have Taxi Driver or Evil Dead there. You would think they would, right? I went up to my friend that works at vintage stock, and I'm like, all right. And I forgot to bring the movie list. That was my bad. But I remembered a few things. I said, do you have Chainsaw Hookers? And he was like, or L.A. Chainsaw Hookers. He's like, nope, Fears. I said, what about Taxi Driver? Nope. And I said, what about the first Evil Dead? And he's like, we got Ash. Ash versus Evil Dead, you know, the TV show. I said, give me that. I said, I haven't seen that, so I got that. Thank God I got something of Ash, because Ash fucking rules, man. And so I got that TV show, which I can't wait to start watching. And I said, anything else? I said, Army of Darkness. I said, I've already got Army of Darkness. And he's like, we got Evil Dead 2. I said, yeah. I said, you got all the stuff that I already have. I said, do you have Evil Dead? And he was like, sorry, Fears. And I was like, fuck. So I'll find it one of these days. I'll find it. So, yeah. They're making a Fears Man porno. Oh, God. No way. Ah! That would be nuts. Let's see. Chainsaw Hooker will be such a good Halloween costume. Yeah? It's been a while since I've seen that trailer. Let's watch that trailer again. Chainsaw Hookers. I remember you told me what it was, Visions. It's like two crazy girls, like they move to L.A., and they become hookers, and then they steal a bunch of guys' money, and then they chainsaw the fuck out of them or something. So, I haven't seen it in a while. There we go. Chainsaw Hookers. Oh, it looks hilarious. And these girls, they look like the sweet, innocent girl from, like, next door. Like, one girl's got, like, curly hair, you know, and the other girl's got, like, dark hair, and she's smiling, like, you know, in the thumbnail of the YouTube video. And I'm like, oh, they may seem nice, but they're going to steal all your money and kill you. 1988. All right, here we go. I haven't seen this in a while.
When you work in Hollywood, you learn fast that there's just two kinds of girls in a town like this.
Yeah, tell me.
Sweet, shy, innocent ones. You know, the ones you want to take home to mom. And then there are the other kind.
Oh, Lord.
The ones you just want to take home.
Yep.
Music does something.
Oh, man.
Sometimes they like to play a little...
Oh, here comes the chainsaw. See, so that's what they do. They seduce the guys. The boobies, you know, pop out. And then literally the next scene, she's like seducing the guy. She's getting all hot and bothered. The very next scene, here comes those chainsaw, baby. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, this ain't good. It's going to take a turn for the worst.
But then these aren't your average girls. And this isn't your average movie.
Damn! That lady just cut that guy's bottom off with a chainsaw. Wow. Good Lord.
If you haven't figured out by now, there's something for everybody. Well, almost everybody. There's action.
See, this one, there is a lot of blood in this, but there's a lot of humor in it. So, the reason why I don't get grossed out at this is because they're not taking themselves seriously. Like, that Terrifier shit, he's just like, it looks real. This does not look real. This just looks like a cheesy 80s horror film. There's a lot of blood in it, and there's a lot of nudity in it, but this wouldn't scare me, because there's a joke almost on every page.
Yes. And a cast of thousands. It's Hollywood chainsaw hookers. These girls charge an arm and a leg.
Oh, I bet they do. They charge an arm and a leg, probably, and some small intestines, and some large intestines, and a foot, and an ear, and they chop it right the fuck off. That's right. That was hilarious. That was funny. Funny. Wow. Well, there it is. I don't know what else to say. Wow. Well, Triple, I really appreciate you sending me something. That's very nice of you. I can't wait to see what it is, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. But thank God it's not Salo or Edward Penis Hands. Thank God. So, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to watching it, whatever it is. All right. Time to review Space Camp. Me and my brother used to watch this a lot when we were kids. I've always been interested in outer space. Ever since Spears was 5 years old, I've always wondered what the hell is going on up there. Nobody really knows. We know a little bit, but for the most part, is it like one galaxy after another galaxy after another galaxy? Is it endless? Is it an endless galaxy? I don't know. I have no idea. One day, they'll probably figure it out. I'll be long dead before they figure it out, but yeah. So yeah. Alright, here we go. Space Camp. So as I said, I was a big nerd in high school, grade school. Only until I got to college did I really branch out and get to do some things. I was very sheltered as a kid, so I got to do some things, but whatever I didn't get to do as a kid, I made up for in college because I was away from the parents, so I got into all sorts of trouble in college. Endless drunken nights, I should say. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, I was a part of the science club I was in 8th grade, but I was in the science club from the 6th grade to the 8th grade, and basically they just had a contest, and they said, you write a report and tell us why we should send you to space camp, and they said it has to be at least 1,000 words, if not more. So I didn't know what to write, so I just sat there and said, well, the first part of my the first part of my report will be, I'll just mention everything that I've done in the science club. I'm like, I help plant trees, I help the science club do this, I help the science club do that. And then once I got past all that, then I explained my love for outer space. And I said, whenever I was 5, I said I want to be an astronaut like every 5-year-old. And I just wrote from the heart, and I never thought in a million years I would win. I'm not kidding. And I remember it was a big ordeal. They said at the end of the day, the principal's going to come on the PA system and announce the winners. So I always sat in the back in middle school. When I was in grade school, I sat up at the front. But in high school and middle school, I kind of sat up in the back because I just would usually just goof off with my friends. I was a big goof off in middle school and high school. I got pretty good grades whenever I actually knuckled down, and because I'm not like some people. I actually didn't mind going to school. I don't mind learning. Some people in the community hated school. I did not mind learning, but I also liked it was both. I liked to learn, but I also liked to goof off a lot. So I got into a lot of trouble because when I did knuckle down, I got good grades. But until I knuckled down, I would just sit there in the back and just goof off and just say whatever the hell I wanted and made people laugh. And the teacher got mad because I was interrupting the class because I would just wanted to make everybody laugh, right? But whenever she like, John, pay attention, I was like, oh shit, I pissed her off. Then I actually knuckled down. But until then, I would just joke around. So it's the end of the day. I remember the principal came on the PA system, and he's like, well, we're going to announce the winners of the Science Club Space Camp trip. And I went, I'll never get it. So there was 3 winners. There was a girl, me, and then another guy. But they mentioned my name at the very end. And if you think I'm lying, I've got pictures of me at Space Camp somewhere on my Facebook. I don't remember where, but it's on there somewhere. But yeah, it was a long time ago. I was 14, 15 whenever I won. So they name off the girl's name first, and I was like, ah, man. Then they name off the other guy. I thought I won because his name was John too. So they're like, and the second winner is John, and I don't remember his last name. And I was like, damn it. I'm like, I was so close. They said John, but it's another John. And I was like, oh, well, that's the end of that. So I'm just sitting there. I just like, you know, I crossed my arms, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to win, so whatever. And they said, and the third and final winner is John, and then they said my name, but because I wasn't paying attention, I was like, oh, whatever. They're going to say the third name, and I'm not going to win, but whatever. I didn't hear it right away until all of my classmates jumped up out of their desks and they came and they were like giving me a high five and tapping me on the shoulder like, hey, Fears, you won. So I'm like this. And I remember it clear as day. I just fold my arm like, whatever, I'm not going to win. And they said, and the third winner is John Fears. And I'm just like, whatever. And I'm like this. And then I went, what? And then everybody came up around me like, Fears, you won. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no, I didn't. And they're like, no, you did. And I was like, oh my God. And I remember they said, all the winners, please come to the principal's office. So I went to the principal's office with the other girl and the other guy named John. And they said, during the summer, they said, you have to talk to your parents and make sure you have these days off in the summer. And if you can go, and you have to let us know by Monday if you can go. So I remember class got over, I got on the bus, ran home, said, hey, Mom. I said, hey, Dad. I said, are we doing anything between these dates? And that week, I was free, but I remember that summer. I had so many camps to go to. I was doing all my CIT training for church camp, which, if you guys don't know what that is, it's counselor in training. In order to be a counselor, you have to do all your training. So you go as a camper to church camp. Then once you express interest, like, hey, I'd love to be a camp counselor someday. I'm fully certified at my church, so I can be I just haven't had time to be a camp counselor in a while, but I'd love to do it again. It's a lot of fun. The last time I did it, the kids loved my movie class. We made an epic movie of the whole week. All my pastors loved it. The whole camp loved it. It was awesome. And I'd say one of the best memories from church camp, there was this real shy kid, and I remember he walked up to me and he's like, Fears, I don't know if I want to be in the film. And I was like, why not? And I'm like, don't you like movies? He's like, no, yeah, I like movies, but he goes, I don't have any friends. I'm not cool. I was like, dude, you are cool. And I'm like, you don't need them. And he's like, yeah, but I don't have any friends. I was like, well, I'm your friend. And I said, dude, why don't you think you're cool? And he's like, because I'm a big nerd. I was like, dude, I'm the epiphany of a nerd. You know? I said, I was a nerd, in high school and middle school. And he's like, you were, Fears? And his eyes got real big. I said, yeah. I said, I wasn't popular. You weren't? I said, no. I said, I didn't have any girlfriends. I was a nerd. And I said, if they don't like you for who you are, then forget about them. I said, I like you. I said, you're a cool guy. And he's like, will you be my friend? I said, I already am your friend, buddy. And I said, you got to be in the film. And so I let him film, and then I let him help me edit and stuff. And by the end of the camp, he said, Fears, you gave me a whole bunch of confidence. I made 3 friends, buddy. And I was like, well, good. I said, I'm glad you made 3 friends. you know? And I said, all you got to do, I said, you just got to get out there. I said, talk to everybody. I said, if they like you, they'll be your friend. And they did. That's one of the greatest feelings ever that I've had at camp, that I could help out that kind of that nerdy kid, because I remember being in that same situation when I was his age. So, yeah. But he was like, I'm not cool. I'm a nerd. I was like, dude, you are cool. I said, you know what makes you cool is because you believe in yourself and you like yourself. And I said, if you believe in yourself and you like yourself, you know, then you'll make friends. I said, plus I said, I'm old and boring. I said, you're young. You're in your prime. I said, you'll make plenty of friends, buddy. Don't worry. You know? And at the end of camp, he made 3 friends. And I was like, well, there you go. So I said, 3 friends will lead to 5 friends, which will lead to 10 friends, which will lead to 11 friends. Oh, I also told him, I said, you don't need many friends in life, buddy. I said, I have a core group of friends. I said, I would rather have, like, lifelong friends than, like, 50 kind of acquaintances and kind of iffy friends. I said, you make a core group of friends that'll never let you down. And I said, you stick with them for life. And I said, and you'll be good. So, hell yeah. But anyway, I remember I was so busy that summer. I had CIT training. I finished all my camping experience at church, and then I did my CIT training, and then I did space camp, and then my mom was the cook, and she was a counselor at another church camp, and they asked me to be, and that was the first time I was it was part of my CIT training where I had to help the actual counselor. So it was me, the CIT, and the counselor. That was my first time, and he said, Fears, you just have to, he goes, Fears, you just have to help me. And so he was like, I remember, I don't know, there was 5 or 6 guys to a cabin, and that's including the camper. There's always a CIT and a counselor, always, because there's always someone getting trained. And if there isn't someone getting trained, then there's 2 counselors per cabin. And that was me, the counselor, and then we had like 6 kids in the cabin. And he said, Fears, you're just going to shadow me, and everything I do, I'm going to teach you, and at the end, you should get certified. And I was like, okay, cool. I got all my certifications, and it was fun. And my mom was the cook, and she was a counselor taking care of 5 or 6 girls, too. So it was pretty cool. The first time I was a CIT, my mom was actually like one of the cooks. My mom's a hell of a cook, so I was busy that year. But I remember once I got done with all the church camp stuff, I went off to space camp, and that was so much fun. That was so much fun. And again, they had 3 types. They had junior space camp for like little kids from like kindergarten to 5th grade. And then they had junior high space camp, which I went to, which was anywhere from 6th grade to 12th grade. And then they actually had adult space camp where adults could go to space camp. I wouldn't mind going back. I wouldn't mind doing the adult program of space camp. That would be fun. Because I did it when I was 15, 16-ish, and it was so much fun. So where they... Hang on. Where'd I put the... Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. So where they filmed this, I've been there. They shot all on the outside of the space camp building. When you get there, there's a massive sign. They may have changed it since the 90s, but the exact sign that's in this movie, it's the opening shot. The kind of wacky kid. His dad makes him a deal. He said, "Look, you got to make friends." So he goes, "I'll make you a deal." He goes, "If you go to space camp for 3 weeks," which they over-embellished that. I only went to space camp for a week and a half. There's no way that it was 3 weeks, so they made that up. But right when the kid drove in, he said, his dad was like, "I'll make you a deal. You need to make some friends." He goes, "If you go to space camp for 3 weeks, I'll get you a car." And so he goes in, and right when he pulls in, there's a massive white sign that says, "Welcome to space camp." It's massive. It's huge. I don't know if that sign still exists. I could probably look it up. But they filmed it. It's located in Huntsville, Alabama, and they shot inside all the buildings where the camp is, on the outside. there's a bunch of spacecrafts on the ground. They shot all around that. And then when the kids go up into space by accident, they shot all that in front of a green screen in California. That's where that movie's far-fetched. If they actually accidentally sent kids up in camp, that would be the end of space camp, because the parents would sue that camp and the government off their fucking asses, and there would never be a space camp ever again, you know? So that's where it's kind of far-fetched, but it's an 80s movie, so I'm like, all right, that would never happen in a million years, but it's still a good film. All right, here we go. It's half comedy, I'd say half comedy, half action adventure, because they go to space. Very 80s. It's super 80s, you know, so super 80s. Me and my brother used to rent it from Blockbuster all the time. So, it was definitely one of my favorite Blockbuster selections. I rented it more than once. I mean, I rented that movie a lot. I rented Goonies a lot, Ghostbusters a lot, this movie a lot, Speed with Keanu Reeves. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, super 80s. Let's see, action, adventure, comedy. A little bit of sci-fi because they go to space. And, let's see, sci-fi, comedy, action, adventure. I'm going to rate it, if you've never seen it, and you've never been to space camp, then you'll probably think it's crap. But since I had already went to space camp, and it was so much fun going, if you guys never got to go to space camp as a kid, you're missing out. It was one of the best camps I've ever, I mean, besides my Christian camp. I mean, obviously I love that, but it was one of my favorite camps that I went to that had nothing to do with religion. It was so much fun. I was so excited, and they flew me there. My actual school paid for a flight, and I flew down to Huntsville, Alabama, and Space Camp actually picked me up at the airport. So, man, it was so much fun. So, I'm going to rate it, because I went to Space Camp, it's a solid watch. It's not a perfect 10, but I'm going to give it a solid 9.2 out of 10. I do recommend you guys watch it at least once. At least once. So, yeah. So, I recommend it. At least one watch. It's got a lot of 80s actors in it. It's got Leah Thompson from Back to the Future. I forgot his name, but he plays, he was in The Karate Kid as part of the Cobra Kai, and he was also in Revenge of the Nerds, and he plays Lamar, where he's like the gay nerd. And then Joaquin Phoenix is in it. And then he was on the ER, and he was on the ER, and he was, what other TV show was he on? What the fuck? He was also in, he was in a lot of 90s films, but he also, I think he was in, I think he was on The West Wing, I think. But he's been in a lot of stuff, that guy. So, yeah. And then she was in The Temple of Doom. And she's married, this lady is married to Steven Spielberg. Kate Capshaw. Hopefully I pronounced her name right. So she's married to Steven Spielberg, and she was Winnie in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So there's a lot of recognizable people. I don't know who she is, but she's in it. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good film. It's not the best 80s film, but it's pretty good for what it is. A lot of where they shot, I've been to. Like, there's a hallway. When I'm watching it, I was like, I remember walking down that exact hallway. When you watch it, there's all these mock-ups of spacecrafts in a big gray hallway. When you guys watch it, if you keep walking down the gray hallway, they have a museum of space connected to Space Camp. And I'm like, I remember that. I'm like, and in... when I went, when I was 15, 16, they still had the gray floor. So when you watch that scene of them walking through and you see it, and they're walking through the museum, there's a gray floor. I was like, yep, I remember that. I remember walking through all the mock-ups of the spacecraft, and I'm like, if you keep going down that hallway, the museum is connected to Space Camp, and it was way in the background, and it has a gray floor, a great floor in it. And I was like, they still have that gray floor when I went, or at least when I went. I don't know, because it's been a long time since I've been there. But almost everywhere where they shot in Space Camp in the film, I did. They had them in the thing that turns you around like in a big ball. It fly. I was in that. I was in the simulator. There's a scene where they have a crane connected to the simulator. I was in that. And then they even eat lunch in the cafeteria, and I was like, I ate lunch in that exact cafeteria in the film, and the way they check in is exactly how you check in real life. You're assigned to a team, and the alpha team is the blue team, and then the blue team is in the actual craft, in the actual simulator, and the blue, yellow, purple, I'm trying to do this by memory. Blue is the alpha team, yellow is communications, green was the ground crew, and then purple was, I can't remember what purple was. But I actually lucked out, and I got to be on the alpha team. I got to be on the blue team, the best team at Space Camp. I think the reason why they did that is because I won a trip to Space Camp, so they wanted me to have the best experience. So I was on the blue team, and whenever I was in Space Camp, I got to do two of the most funnest jobs. I got to be a mission specialist, so I got to wear the astronaut suit, and then I got to I got to be a pilot, so I got to actually fly the simulator. So yeah. So I got to do two of the most funnest jobs at Space Camp, mission specialist, and I got to be the pilot that runs the actual craft, and I was like, pretty cool. Alright, so my two favorite scenes, let's see. Probably when they realize, so they're in space, and I think it's one of the most touching parts of the film is where they all take off their seatbelts and they're all floating around, and Leah Thompson is the star, and she did this way before Back to the Future, because she's super young in the film. She looks like she's maybe 17, no, not that young. I'd say either 17, 18, or 19, because she didn't do Back to the Future until like mid-20s. I'd say she did Back to the Future like 23, 24, something like that. So she looks super young in it, and they all start floating around in the spacecraft, and it's probably my second favorite scene. They look out the window, and everyone's like, oh man, I can't believe we're in space. And then you hear Rudy, which is the gay black guy, you know, from Revenge of the Nerds. He goes, oh man, I could stay out here forever. And then all this hilarious like 80s music comes over, and then Leah Thompson has this very touching scene where she looks through the window and she goes, yeah, me too. So it's a very touching scene. You know, it's very cool. That's probably my second favorite. So the space scene. But probably my favorite is all the astronaut training scene because I'm like, I did that when I was in Space Camp, and it just brought up a lot of memories. So if you guys find those pictures of me at Space Camp, I brought 2 disposable cameras, and I just took pictures of everything while I was there, or as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I'd say that's the best scene. That's the best scene out of the film. So all the astronaut training, because I did all that when I was a kid. So if you didn't go to space camp, you missed out. You missed out. All right. Let's see. I do recommend it. It is funny. Parts of it is funny. Some parts are boring, but it's definitely worth a watch. Funny. It's worth watching once. Like I said, it's very 80s. Super 80s. So yeah. All right. Like I said, tonight I'm gonna finish watching War Games. I'm about halfway through it. I'm sorry. I'm 25% through it. I'm at the part where Matthew Broderick's like, "Who should I be? The Russians or the Americans?" He's like, "I'm gonna be the Soviets." That's where I am in the film. I thought I would finish it before. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Let's see. Liz says, I definitely didn't go to space camp. I definitely missed out. You did. I mean, it was so much fun. It was one of the best camps I've ever went to in my life. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Let's see here. I'm so far behind in the chat. Let's see here. I think the last thing I read, I'm going to try to catch up here. My bad. Let's see here. Let's see. What was the last thing I read? Tina says that the heat was awful, and she says young, and then it's probably humid out. Fangirl Kate says it's 80s in the California, but that isn't too bad, Kate. 80s, because California gets really hot too. So, yeah, let's see. Triple says, nah, no need to be nervous. It's a classic. Happy early birthday. Well, thanks, Triple. That was very nice of you. I appreciate. You guys never have to send me anything, but I love getting fan mail. So I love giving back. I love reading all your letters. Whenever I do get a letter, I haven't gotten a fan letter in quite a long time, but when I do get fan mail, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you. That was very nice of you. I appreciate the early birthday wishes, Triple. I really do. Let's see. Better BPM says howdy. Well, are you actually going to be behaved? We'll see. Because if you don't, bye-bye, because I've had problems with BPM. We'll find out if he actually is better. Because if you're not, then I don't put up with any bullshit, and I'll be like, fuck you, you're gone. So we'll see. I'm guessing he's going to be bad. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see if BPM survives tonight. We'll see. Hey, Tina, how are you and the family? Let's see. Pretend Story says, evening, y'all. What's up, Pretend Stories? Good to see you again. Let's see. Elizabeth says, Counselor Fears. I actually enjoy it, Liz. And I was able to help out that kid because he had no self-esteem. And I said, well, I can relate to that. I said, I didn't have a lot of self-esteem as a kid, and it broke my heart, kind of, when he was like, I'm not cool. I'm a nerd. I don't have any friends. I was like, dude, you are cool. And he's like, and I'm trying to remember the exact, he said something to the effect of, really? You think I'm cool? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and he's like, well, I don't have any friends. I'm like, well, I'm your friend. I'm like, I was a nerd. I'm like, I turned out okay. And he's like, is it cool to be a nerd? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, just be yourself. And I'm like, if you be yourself, then friends will come. And like I said, Liz, by the time he left, he had 3 friends. So I was glad I could help him out because he didn't cry, but he almost started crying. And and he just said, hey, can I talk to you, Fears? I need some advice. And I remember we were eating at lunch, and he was by himself, and the counselor said, Fears, go make sure he's okay. And I said, oh, yeah, I will. And so I just kind of sat next to him. I'm eating my lunch, and then I said, "What's up, man?" And then he told me what was going on. I said, don't worry about it, buddy." I said, you'll make some friends. So yeah. And he did. Let's see. That's how scary movies start. Sometimes BPM. Because sometimes movies at camp, it either turns out amazing, like what's that movie, like Meatballs. Meatballs is a classic camp movie, a camping movie with Bill Murray. I love that movie because a lot of the stuff that happens in that movie happens at any camp I've went to. Not that, like, they push it to the extreme degree, but like whenever they had a basketball game, BPM, versus another camp, we did that at church camp. Absolutely. So yeah, I remember there was a church camp down the road from our church camp, and they challenged us to a volleyball match. We smoked their ass, by the way. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're not going to beat us." I was like, "Oh yeah?" I'm like, "Bring it on." So we beat them in volleyball, I remember, and we beat them in basketball. And I was like, sweet victory. That's right. That's right, y'all. Let's see here. Anyway. Hi, Liz. Hi, Tina. What's up, Liz? I'm doing good, Mama Bear. Just finished supper. Well, that's good. What'd you have to eat? 3 is a magic number. Nice. Fierce is a good counselor. Well, I try to be, because I don't want the kids sad. The point of going to camp is to have a good time, make friends, and it's supposed to be a positive experience, So, and I could tell he was bummed. And I even asked him, I said, "Well, have you tried to make any friends?" "I've tried, but I'm just not good at making." I said, "Yeah," I said, "You'll make some friends." I said, "I'll help you out. Don't worry." And he did, in fact, make some friends. So, yeah. That was really sweet of you, mentoring him, Fierce. Well, I try. I mean, that's all a part about being a counselor, I could tell he was bummed, and I knew what he felt like because I wasn't the most popular kid growing up. But see, I didn't really care. I was like, I was very content as a kid to either hang out by myself and do my own thing, and I had a core group of friends, So I was like, either you want to be my friend or you don't. And I've always lived by that. I don't do that flip-flop shit. I'm not trying to be mean to Yakov, but he did a lot of flip-flopping. I'm like, either you want to be someone's friend or you don't. If you don't, bye, there's the door. If you want to be my friend, then great, that's awesome. But you don't fuck with people's mind. Either it's this or it's that. It's not that difficult, So, yeah. But I try to be a good counselor, and I appreciate you saying that, Liz. I'd like to be a counselor again. The last time I was a counselor was, it's 2025 now. It was, I think, right after all the COVID bullshit had ended. So 2023, I think, was the last time I did it. So I'd like to do it again whenever I have some more time. Oh, that's funny. Vision says, did any... well, thank God no counselors got killed, Visions. It wasn't Friday the 13th. And you know what's funny about Friday the 13th is they're preparing the camp. If you've ever watched the original, they don't even get to the fucking summer camp. They get to the actual camp, but the camp doesn't even start. Like, like when Mrs. Voorhees like, "Why, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, a good friend of the Christie." The Christies are preparing the camp. And, so they're, there in March and April and May, preparing the camp, and the camp's supposed to be opened up in, June or July. Well, the killer's like, "Well, fuck you guys, the camp's not open. I'm just going to kill all you guys before the actual camp opens." You know what I'm saying? So they don't even get there. That's what's funny about that. They do all that preparation, and then the killer's like, "Yeah, well, fuck you. You're not even going to have a chance to open up the goddamn camp." But that's what's funny about it. So, yeah. Let's see. But yeah, let's see. Liz says space is fun. I've always thought so. I've always been curious of what the hell is actually out there. You guys have had to have been curious. Like, is all that Area 51 shit real? Have we really met aliens yet? The government will probably not tell us, ever. Or if they do, it'll be way after I'm dead. You know? I've always wondered what the hell is going on up there, you know? That's just me. I think science is cool. BPM says Spaceballs 2. Oh, I cannot wait. BPM, have you seen the have you seen the trailer? Literally, the trailer is in the black space, and then it's got the blue words just like the first one. And at the end, it labels off. Since the first movie, we've had all this space stuff, all this space stuff, all that space stuff. And at the end, they said the fans want this. And then all of a sudden, it cuts to Mel Brooks with a Spaceballs the sweatshirt on, and he says, after 37 years, the fans have been asking for this. But instead, we decided to make this film. And then it says, coming soon, and it says Spaceballs 2, The Awakening, and then it's got dark helmets, helmet, and it's cracked on one side. And I was like, oh, fucking shit, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited. That one, I'm not missing in the theater. That one, I'm filming in the theater. I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be going fucking nuts. Whatever cups they got, I'm going to fucking buy. I'll buy the fucking popcorn bucket. Whatever the fuck they have, I'm a-getting. And Visions, I have not forgot about it. The movie theater manager, I'm good friends with her. She said I can come into the projection room the next time I come. I just haven't been to the theater in a while. She said, the next time you come, Fears, for whatever movie, she's like, remind me, and all I have to do is give an A-OK with my boss, and then I'll take you up there. She said, you just can't go up there alone. I said, well, yeah, duh, obviously. She's like, but I'll go up there with you, and you can vlog all that. She goes, there's no actual film reels anymore. It's all digital. And I was like, I don't care. I just want to see it. I've seen it before because I've worked at 2 movie theaters back in the day when I was younger, so I kind of know what to expect, but I haven't seen it in a long time. So if she's like, hey, you want to get some footage up there? Obviously, I'm not going to say no. So yeah. But I am excited for Spaceballs 2 BPM. So it should be exciting. Should be very exciting. Let's see here. Pretend Story says, I think that camp is for rich folks. It's not true. Anyone can go to it. I looked up the prices a long time ago. It's not that expensive to go to space camp. And it didn't cost me a penny. I won a trip because I was in the science club and I wrote that paper. And literally it was a contest. It said, tell us why we should send you to space camp. And I didn't even know what to write. I remember sitting there. I was 15. I just said, all right, well, I'm already in the science club. I'll tell them, I'll start off my paragraph and I'll be like, I like space. I've always liked space ever since I was 5 years old. And I told them why I like space, kind of like the unknown, what the hell is out there. And then I listed every single thing I helped out in the science club. I said, I helped plant trees in my community. I planted trees around my school. I did this. I did these projects in science club, blah, blah, blah. And then I just listed like everything I knew about space. I guess it was enough because I won. So there it is. But it's definitely not for rich kids or rich people. Not at all. Liz says, oh, that guy. I don't remember a guy. Oh, no, he's in it. Pretend Stories. But he only has like a few scenes in The Karate Kid, the black guy. Whenever Daniel Russo asked Mr. Miyagi, like, hey, can you come with me to Cobra Kai and ask them to like leave me alone? He's in the lineup. You'll have to freeze frame it, but he's in there. And then the Cobra Kai guy, you know, the real tough guy's like, what do you want, old man? He's like, ask boy, leave me alone, or ask boys to leave my student alone. And then he's like, what? Can't the boy like figure out his own problems and blah blah blah? And he's like, man to man, that's fine. He goes 6-on-1, you know, too much to ask of anyone. He's like, oh, is that what's bothering you? The odds. He's like, well, He goes, we can even that up real quick. And then he's like, Mr. Lawrence, you feel like fighting? And then he's like, tournament, and then all that. But he's in that scene. I think that's the only scene he's in. And then no. He's in another scene where Daniel's at like a video game arcade or something like that. He's in the background. So he's in there. Pretend Stories. You just got to look for him. And then he's in Revenge of the Nerds 1, 2. He makes a cameo in Revenge of the Nerds 3, and then he's in all of Revenge of the Nerds 4. So he was definitely in a lot of 80s and 90s films. I don't know if he acts anymore, but... And then he was in Space Camp, and he was in a whole half a dozen other 80s films. He was in there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, it was Liz, because I remember I had already seen that movie before I went to Space Camp. Like Liz says, sounds like watching a home movie with the hallways. Because I remember I was 15, 16-ish, and I remember when I got there, I checked in, and I just remember telling one of my counselors, I said, it feels like I've been here before. And she's like, oh, really? Why is that? I said, have you ever seen that Space Camp movie with Leah Thompson? She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I've seen that. She goes, it was shot here. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I remember seeing all these hallways and that big-ass white sign. And she's like, yeah. She's like, they shot all around here. She goes, the only thing they didn't shoot here was all the stuff in space. And they said they shot that on green screens in California. I said, well, yeah, obviously. And she goes, we let them have incredible access. She goes, they shot outside in the museum that's connected to the actual camp, and they shot outside, inside. There's that night shoot where Rudy and there's the black guy plays Rudy, and then the real goofy guy with red hair, he doesn't really give a damn about Space Camp. He's all like, I'm only here because my dad said, Kevin, you got to make some friends, so I'll make you a deal. If you go to Space Camp for 3.5 weeks, I'll buy you a car. And he's like, all right, Dad, whatever. That's a great deal. And when they're walking down this concrete outside area, and there's all these like concrete like kind of picnic tables. I remember sitting on those, and I was like, oh, so it kind of was like that, Liz. So yeah. Let's see, wow, that gay nerd is in The Jerk too, which I didn't know existed. Is he Visions? I don't ever remember seeing him in the... Where is he in The Jerk, Visions? Because I don't remember that. But I do like that movie, The Jerk. Steve Martin is great. Oh my God! These cans are defective! And then that little short guy's like, the cans aren't defective, you are. And then that guy's like trying to kill him. Like, that old guy's like, you bastard! And he goes, you stranger! He goes, you innocent bystander bastard! And he just literally opens up a phone book and like points at a name, and it's The Jerk. And then he like invents the bifocals, and then it makes everybody cross-eyed, and he gets rich, and then he loses all the money. I love that movie. I think I have it on DVD. I should watch it again for you guys, but I need to get it on Blu-ray. It is fucking hilarious. The pizza in the cup scene, it's fantastic. It's great. People come from all around to eat pizza in a cup, you know. And then their date is my favorite, because he's already dating like the biker chick, and then he just kind of forgets about the biker chick. He sees the hot girl with blonde hair, and he's like, you want to hang out? And then part of their date is in his little, I guess he lives in the back of like a semi-truck, and they're in the back of the truck, and they're eating pizza in a cup. And then they're on the beach, and he's playing the ukulele. Those are my two favorite scenes. So yeah. I didn't even know they had a sequel. Wow. I'm gonna have to watch the sequel. I had no idea. I've been in an airplane pretty close to space. Oh, have you? Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Liz. That's really cool. Wow. I don't really agree with that, Jucifer. BPM can be nice, but we'll see how he does, because he's trolled me a lot. So I don't know if I want him around, but we'll see. I'll give him a sporting chance. I'll give him a sporting chance, but it's like 3 strikes and you're out. And he already has 2 strikes against him, if I'm being honest, because he's trolled me a lot. So I don't think I deserved any of it, but one more mistake and you're gone. So we'll see how long he lasts, because eventually he's going to say something stupid or insulting about me, and probably eventually I'll have to block him. We'll see. Let's see, that's right, y'all. Let's see. Meatballs is a good camp movie. You know, it is. It absolutely is. I know you didn't like it, Visions, but to each their own. Bill Murray, I think that was his first actual film, and he was at Second City, and then he went from Second City to Saturday Night Live, did all the Saturday Night Live skits, but I think his very first film was Meatballs, and they made 4 of those. I've only seen Meatballs 1 and 2, never seen 3, and I've seen bits of 4 because I know Corey Feldman is in number 4. So I'd like to see 3 and 4 and see if they're worth actually watching. What's another good camp movie? I can't remember. That's that Disney movie with all the fat kids and Ben Stiller's in it. That's a good camp movie. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called Fat Camp. No, it's not that. It's what the fuck is the one? I can't remember the name of it. Hang on. Oh man, the Ben Stiller one is pretty fun. It is, Visions. It is funny, and I don't think that's Ben Stiller's first film, but it's one of his first few films because he's super young in it, and he plays Tony, and he's like the villain in it. You know what I'm saying? Let me find out the movie. Hang on. Hey, Meta, what's the camp movie with Ben Stiller and all the fat kids, and it's a Disney film? What's the actual name called?
That sounds like a fun one. I think you might be thinking of Heavyweights.
Heavyweights! That's what it is. Heavyweights. That's what it is. Heavyweights. I could not remember the name. Heavyweights, yeah. I couldn't remember that for the death of me. Yeah. Yeah, it's killing me. I can't think of the name. Yeah, I got it. It's Heavyweights. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. I'm sorry I'm behind. I went and saw Black Phone 2 yesterday. Half of it takes place at a kid's camp and them getting ready for it. Really? I'll be honest, Visions. I was not impressed with Black Phone 1. I doubt I'll go see Black Phone 2. Black Phone 1 was just so damn boring. I hated it, you know? So I doubt it. I doubt I'll go see number 2. Sounds like she wants to hook up with the Fierce Man in the projector room. Who? I don't know who the hell you're on about, Jucifer. What are you talking about? So yeah. Is there a skateboard behind you, John? No, it is. It's a replica of a hoverboard, Tina. So kind of. It's the future version of a skateboard. So instead of wheels, it's got magnets on it, Tina. So yeah. So, signed by Biff Tannen and signed by Michael J. Fox. Back to the Future 2. Because it is October 21st, I decided to start with Back to the Future because on October 21st at 4:29 p.m., they traveled to the future today in the year 2015. So there you are. So that's why I started with that quote, Tina. Anyway. Vision says, what a friendly atmosphere. By the way, when is Adam allowed back in? I don't know. I told him we'll see. I'm still thinking about Adam Bachidi because he trolled me for 11 and a half years. That's a lot to forgive. I'm trying to do better on forgiving people, but we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, Visions. I try to make it a friendly, nice atmosphere always, but some people it's impossible to get along with online. So yeah. Oh, come on, BPM. That shouldn't be too much of a surprise. You know, I've had to block you twice. So that was the first strike. That was the second strike. So that shouldn't be that surprising to you. So I give people 3 chances, and it's like 3 chances, and you're out. So yeah. Heavyweights is awesome. Oh, it is awesome. I have it on DVD, but I need to get it on Blu-ray or 4K. It is good. It's pretty good. Adam is a sweetheart out. No comment. No comment, Liz. I highly doubt that. I think he's nicer, but I wouldn't call him a sweetheart. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, well, let's continue on, shall we? All right. Well, Triple, I want to thank you. You didn't have to send me a gift, but I always appreciate any and all fan mail. You guys are awesome. All right, what's next? That was a long review. Sorry. I just wanted to tell you guys the Space Camp story because it would make sense because I watched it. And I hadn't watched Space Camp in quite a while. So, yeah. All right. Let's do some, let's see here. Let's review one more movie. Police Academy 4, shall we? And this one's called Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Citizens on Patrol. I think the first 4 Police Academy movies are the best. 5's okay. That one's called Assignment Miami, where they have to go to Miami and solve a crime because Captain Lassard's like nephew works and lives out here. 6 is okay. 7 is absolutely shit garbage. So I wouldn't suggest 7. But I would suggest Police Academy 1 through 4. In my opinion, those are the best. So I'm going to give Police Academy 4... I'm going to give it a solid 8.9 out of 10. 8.9 out of 10. It's got almost the entire cast comes back. I think Mahoney and Larval Jones are the most funniest characters. The guy that does all the sound effects. The same guy that does all the sound effects, he's the guy in Spaceballs. That guy is hilarious. That guy's fantastic. That guy is absolutely fantastic. So there's a lot of crime wave in the city, so Captain Lassard says, well, why don't we train citizens to help out the police, the police force? So not only is it the police, but it's citizens helping out to take down all the crime, and that's what they do. So I'd say my favorite character out of all of them, Thaddeus Harris, is my favorite. He's in all 7 films. Again, 7's crap, but Harris is the most funniest character out of all of the entire... I'd say he's first. He's my favorite villain. Mahoney would be second, and then Larval Jones, the guy that does all the sound effects, is... Those are my 3 favorite characters. So, Mahoney, Jones, and Harris. Those 3 guys are the funniest guys, you know. So, yeah. Let's see. I do recommend it. Like I said, I recommend 1 through 4. It's action-adventure. It is a comedy. Very funny. Lots of action. A lot of satire, very quick with it, lots of jokes. Satire. If I had to pick a fourth character, probably Proctor. Proctor's pretty funny too, but he's not as funny as Harris. Harris is without a doubt the most funniest character, in my opinion. Harris, Mahoney, and Jones, in that order. Those three are fucking hilarious. So yeah. My two favorite scenes, probably when the old lady, Mrs. Fellman, goes up to Tackleberry and says, Tack, why don't you let me use that gun? And he's like, affirmative, Mrs. M. And then he goes, now, be careful. He goes, this is a 44, or whatever he says, a 45 Magnum, and has quite a, and he's about to say kick. She shoots it and goes flying back and hits the back wall. And she's like, damn, that was fun. That's probably my second favorite scene. So the old lady gun scene. And then my favorite is when Proctor and Harris are in a hot air balloon, and they're trying to take down the bad guys. The bad guys have stolen a bunch of jewelry and a bunch of money, and they run to an airfield, and they get into another balloon to try to fly away. And then he's like, don't worry, sir, I'll blow him out of the sky. And he's like, no, not now, Proctor. He's like, oh, you're right. He goes, I'll give him a warning shot first. And then he shoots it up in the air, blows a hole in the hot air balloon, and then they fall into a river. And then the citizens on patrol help get Proctor and Harris out of the water. That's probably my favorite scene, because it's so fucking weird, so hilarious, so far-fetched, so out of left field, you know. So, the river scene is fucking hilarious. Alright. Alright. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. To be fair, I've only seen Adam interact with Mom. Oh yeah, he's no sweet little golden angel by any stretch of the imagination, Liz. He pretty much tormented my life back in the day. Any chance he could make fun of me, that's why I'm kind of hesitant to give him a second chance. I've been trying to do better on forgiving people, but he gave me a lot of shit for no reason whatsoever. So he's not the sweet little golden angel that everybody, knows him to be, but I'd say me and Adam, we're getting along better. So we'll see. At some point, I'll probably unblock him, but when, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Oh, man. Let's see here. I know a girl that... Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. Wow. Big boobs are for everybody. Yeah. Tina loves Adam for some reason. Well, there you go. Well, just be careful, Tina. Don't have him insult you like he insulted me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Big boobies and cutting boobies off, and I guess while I was reviewing that movie, you guys were talking some because I'm kind of lost. I don't know what you guys... Daniel is a lady that cut her tits off and pretends to be a kid. What in the hell is going on? What the hell are you guys on about? Oh, my Lord. Do I want to know? I probably don't want to know. Anyway. You guys were talking about some crazy shit. Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Alright, let's do... Oh, let's see here. What are the best sound effects in a horror movie? Alright, well, let's go. So, horror movie... You know what? I'm going to save the sound effects for tomorrow because I'm getting a little tired. Let's do some horror movie quotes. So horror movie quotes. Some best quotes of all time. Let's see here. Movie quotes. I'm going to start off with a good one. I'm going to start off with, I said, talk to me, damn it, or I'm going to throw you in the fire. That's a good one. That's a Chucky quote. So, I said, talk to me, damn it, or I'm going to throw you in a fire. That one's a good one. That's a good one. Norman Bates. I own a motel right up the road, and you'd be happy to stay in one of the empty rooms if you'd like. That's from Psycho Part 2. I own a motel up the road. Again, Norman's the same thing. You know, he's the sweet little angel boy from next door. He's fooling everybody because he kills a lot of people. Up the road. Let's see, what's another good quote? What's another good one? One of the best quotes. There's a bunch of Return of the Living Dead. More brains. I mean, that's classic. More brains. You know? Oh, no. First Tarman, he bites off, what? I always forget that fucking guy's name. It's always the guy, he's all in black leather and he's got chains on. He's like, you think this is a fucking costume? This is a way of life. And then Trash is all like, oh, I like it, Spooky. And he's like, hey, come on, man. He's like, show some fucking respect for the dead. And like throws the bitch to the side. What the hell is that guy's name? Somebody help me out. What the hell is his name? You got Trash, Scuzz, Freddy, Tina, Tarman, Bert, Frank. What the fuck is that guy's... Hang on. Ugh, what's that guy's name? Oh, Suicide. Suicide. That's his name. Suicide. But then he runs down. He's like, oh, watch the fucking step. Because the step's out. That's right, Liz. Trash calls Suicide Spooky. And he's like, fuck you, man. Fuck you all. He goes, this is fucking bullshit, man. He goes, I fucking bust my ass for you. And what do I get? He's spooky. So if you haven't seen the film, Liz, you don't know what I'm on about. But he gets pissed. He's like, man, fuck you all, And he's like, and then Trash is all like hanging on him. And he's like, I like it, Spooky. And he's like, hey, come on, man. He's like, show some respect for the fucking dead, Oh, yeah. It's a good movie. Return of the Living Dead. One of my favorites. I haven't watched it yet, but definitely I'll probably save it for Halloween night, Awesome. But they run down to save Tina, and he jumps over and he goes, whoa, watch the fucking step. And then he sees Tarman, like, pulling the chain, and Tina's trapped in the, in a closet, and he's wrapped some chains to try to pull the door away, right? And he's like, what the fuck? And then he pulls this tart back, and then Tarman goes, brains! And then he chews off his fucking head. He's dead. And then he looks over at Spider, and he's like, more brains! And then they're like, oh shit, we're getting the fuck out of here. So, Tarman, more brains. That's got to go down. So, more brains. That's a good one. More brains. And since we're on zombies, they're coming to get you, Barbara. Stop it! You're ignorant. They're coming for you, Barbara. You're acting like a child. They're coming for you. Look, here comes one of them now. I'm getting out of here. That one's a classic quote from Night of the Living Dead. Oh yeah. So, Night of the Living Dead. They're coming to get you, Barbara. I'm trying to hit the high points in horror movie history when it comes to quotes. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Stop it. You're ignorant. They're coming for you, Barbara. So, yeah. Played a great... I don't remember where that's from, Chicken Wizard. What movie is that from? I'm trying to remember. What is it from? One of the best, Chicken Wizard, as far as actual scary movies, the Hellraiser series are top 3. Definitely is top of my list. That's fine, BPM. I'm not a big fan. I watched Hellraiser 1 all the way through, and I was kind of like, nah. I fell asleep halfway through Hellraiser 2, and then I stopped. It didn't do anything for me. It wasn't my cup of tea. Maybe one day I'll come back to it and I'll try it again, because that's how I was with Deep Space Nine, and then Yakov was like, Fears, give it another go. And I watched the entire series, and I was like, all right, I admit it. I'm like, it was much better watching Deep Space Nine all the way through a second time. And now I've got a better appreciation for it, you know? But yeah, so we'll see. Maybe one day. All right, so far I said, talk to me, damn it, or I'm going to throw you in the fire. I own a motel up the road, Norman Bates. Norman Bates. More Brains, Tarman. Night of the Living Dead, they're coming to get you, Barbara. Johnny says that. That's Barbara's brother. Unfortunately, Johnny dies if you haven't seen the film. Sorry, spoiler alert. Let's see, what else? What's another good one? Hang on. Visions. I can't believe I almost forgot this one. Give me my cake. Give me my cake. You know, off of Creepshow. The dead, decomposing father. Give me my cake. Give me my cake. Dead father. From Creepshow. It's a good one. Let's see. What else? Fangirl Kate says, I love that you and Yak are getting along. Yeah, me too. I think he finally got sick and tired of arguing, because he knows that I'll never cave in, you know. Now, I'm glad that we're getting along. I'll never apologize to him. That'll be a cold day in hell before I apologize to a troll. Never. I'll take that to the grave with me, because they don't deserve an apology. Fears will only apologize if I think you deserve an apology. Like, Kate, you absolutely... I was way over the line when I called you a bitch, and I felt bad, and I was like, yeah, Fears, you know, you crossed a line. You shouldn't have done that, because you should never call a woman a bitch, you know. So I was like, yeah, I fucked up on that one. I need to apologize, you know. But if a troll, because a troll will always start it, and then their go-to thing, oh, I didn't start it, even though they did. I'm a sweet little golden angel. I never start anything, Fears. You know, all that bullshit. You know, so I'm like, they'll never get, like, I would rather slit my throat and die before I would give a troll an apology. Never in a billion years. No. So yeah. But that's good, though. That's good. You know, I'm glad that we're, I'm glad that we are getting along, though. So yeah. Again, I wouldn't even say that we're friends, Fangirl Kate. I would just say we're getting along and we're being civil. But maybe one day I'll be his friend. We're being friendly, but I don't know if I could classify Yakov as a friend. But maybe one day, we'll see. Because I haven't unblocked him yet, you know. I'll never unblock Banjo. That guy can get fucked. So yeah. Alright, let's see what else. What other quotes? See, I want to quote Snake Plissken, but that's not really a horror film. It's got horror horror aspects to it, but I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to write it down. Because it's my show, and I love Snake Plissken, and I'm being him for Halloween, so fuck it. Two quotes. He's talking to that lady, and she's like, "You got to smoke?" Whoa, Snake Plissken, all right. And then she's like, "What you doing in here, Snake?" And then he's like, "I'm looking for somebody." And he goes, "I thought you were dead." He goes, "I am." And then she says something else, I can't remember. And he looks right at her and he goes, "I'm an asshole." I'm like, well, no shit. We know that you're a fucking asshole, Snake, because he doesn't give a shit about, he doesn't even give a shit about himself. He doesn't give a shit about anyone. He doesn't give a shit about the earth. He doesn't give a shit about the president. He doesn't even give a shit about being a soldier anymore. And it's funny is, when you watch those films, they never tell you why he's so pissed off. They never tell you how he went from like a war hero and like the ultimate like battle soldier, because Hawk says, "Oh yeah, you got 2 Purple Hearts and the Medal of Honor and blah blah blah," but they never tell you what turned him from like a war hero into a criminal, a pissed off criminal that doesn't care about anyone or anything, or he doesn't even care about himself. That's what I kind of like, because I've always been curious. I wonder what made him so pissed off. And he's like such a fucking asshole. But he was like a war hero, and he was like this ultimate guy. I'm like, I wonder what happened. And when you watch the behind the scenes, Kurt Russell even said that. He goes, "I always wondered what turned Snake Plissken from like a good guy, a war hero, into like a pissed off and miserable asshole." Direct quote. And he said, one time I asked John Carpenter, and he said, "I'm not going to explain it." He goes, "I think it's better if you just don't explain it. He was a good guy, and now he's a fucking asshole." And Kurt went, "All right, sounds good." So you never really find out why, but one day I would love to know. So when he looks, one of my favorite quotes is when he looks over at the woman. She's like, "I thought you were dead." And he goes, "I am dead." And she's like, "What you doing in here, Snake?" And he's like, "I'm looking for someone." He's looking for the president. And then she says something else, and then he looks right at her, and he says it real quietly. He's like, "I'm an asshole." I'm like, well, no shit. So, Snake, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. And then his second one, which is not even in the film. Not even in the film, but if you watch the trailer for Escape from LA, it says all the rules. You can't do this in the future. You can't smoke. You can't eat red meat. Unless you have a license, you can't impregnate someone. Unless you have a license, you can't get married. There's all these rules, and at the very end, he's like, looking this way, and he just goes, "Your rules are really beginning to annoy me." It's the fucking greatest line ever. It's the greatest line ever. So, Snake, your rules are really beginning to annoy me. I can't do it as Kurt Russell because I'm not an actor, but Kurt Russell, you are the fucking man, and I want to give a personal shout out to John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. That's one of the greatest things you've ever created. I'd say Michael Myers is the greatest thing John Carpenter's ever created. So thank you for Michael Myers, and thank you for Snake Plissken. Fuck yeah, buddy. Your rules are really beginning to annoy me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I know a boy whose name is Johnny. He's gonna have a big Halloween party. I don't know what quote that's from. I don't. So yeah. I doubt that, Joey. Joey says, "You know what, Fears? I'm gonna be Snake Plissken too. When I see it, then I'll believe it. When I see it, then I'll believe it." So Joey, you have me as a friend on Discord. If you send a picture of you as Snake Plissken, then I'll believe it. So yeah. BPM says, "Won't be as good as Fierce." Well, I mean, it's not a competition, BPM, but I appreciate it. I could see Joey as Snake Plissken. I gotta grow out some, some facial hair, for Snake Plissken, because Kurt Russell's always got some stubble. So maybe on the 28th or the 29th, I'll have to tell my boss, because I requested my birthday weekend off. Thank God I got it off. I said, don't get mad at the stubble. I have to have some type of stubble to be Snake Plissken. So yeah. And he's like, all right, Fears, I'll let it slide. I was like, yeah, damn right. Yo, what's up, Bukaki? Good to see you. Nice to have you back, buddy. And Bukaki, I apologize. I'm really sorry. I called you a fucking asshole. I told you to fuck off. I said a lot of things, but I remember telling you to fuck off, and I remember calling you a fucking liar multiple times, which you're not a liar, so I apologize. I said, fuck you, you're a fucking liar. And then I told you to get fucked, and I think I told you to fuck off multiple times. So I apologize. I really do. So yeah. So it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back. I'll be honest, Bukaki. I did not think you would come back. Vision said, well, he's busy working, so that may be a reason why he's not talking. I said that's a good point you make, Visions. But yeah, I was way over the line. I was like, you're a liar. Fuck you, I was going nuts. It was not the best day for Fears. I'll tell you that much. So, oh man, it was bad. But I appreciate you accepting my apology. So yeah. Let's see. Chicken Wizard says, good, bad, I'm the guy with a gun. Yeah, I mean, he's both. He's a bad guy. He used to be good, though, Chicken Wizard. Like, when he was a soldier, he had some redeeming qualities. In the film, now that he's all pissed off and he's a miserable asshole, he has no redeeming qualities, Snake Plissken. And they even shot a deleted scene. I'm a big movie nerd, as you guys know. When I got Escape from New York, there's actually a deleted scene where they took out, and they said, we wanted to experiment, like, should Snake Plissken have redeeming qualities? And him and his buddy steal a bunch of money, a bunch of credit cards from a bank. And they're on a subway train, like, getting out of the city. And then there's all these police, like, following them, and they end up, they're about to catch Snake and his, like, friend / sidekick, and he goes back to help his buddy, and when he runs back, because his buddy falls down on the ground or something, he tries to grab all the credit cards, he goes back, and as he's about to help his friend gets shot, like, 6 times in the chest, and then Snake kind of throws down his guns and, like, puts his arms up, like, all right, yeah, you got me. And they decided to take that out of the film. That was supposed to be the opener. And they said, no, because that'll ruin Snake Plissken. And that showed him having one redeeming quality. Like, oh, I should go back for my friend. Thank God they took it out, because it's a lot better that Snake has no good redeeming qualities. He starts off as a fucking asshole and a miserable, like, idiot. And he ends a miserable, pissed off asshole. So, yeah. There it is. Let's see. Bukaki says, don't worry about it. Shit happens. Well, thanks, buddy. Thanks a lot for not holding that against me. Chicken Wizard says, yeah, groovy, man. Yeah. Vision says, boo-hoo, boo-hoo-hoo, Bukaki. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Let's see. That's an Army of Darkness quote. That is true. I forgot about that. That's right. I was trying to think of an Army of Darkness quote, but I've only seen it once, Chicken Wizard. I need to watch it again. The only one I kind of know, because it's the best scene, because it's so far-fetched and so fucking out there, is Ash cuts the rope, and he goes flying up the side of the building, and there's a skeleton, like, it's not even a zombie. It's just a skeleton that's come to life, and it grabs onto his leg. And he's like, I got you now. And then Ash cuts the rope, and he goes flying up. And then the boulder comes down and, like, crushes the skeleton. He's all like, oh, like all like that and shit. And he gets killed. So I'm just going to write down skeleton screams a lot. I can't even remember where he says groovy in Army of Darkness. Give me some more, Chicken Wizard. Where in the film does he say groovy? Because I've only seen it once. I need to... It's... I'm running out of room on here and on that shelf, so I need to buy another shelf very soon. It'll probably be either in December or January when I get a new shelf and move some things around and organize all this. It's on the other shelf in the other room, and I need to watch Army of Darkness again because it's been quite a while. So, yeah. Let's see. What's another good quote? I'm looking at all my horror movies. Andy. Andy from Child's Play is like, we're friends to the end. Remember? And he's like, this is the end, friend. And then he lights Chucky on fire. That's a good one. We're friends to the end. That's a good one. Chucky and then Andy from Child's Play 1. Let's see, what else? Let's see here. Dr. Sam Loomis out of Halloween. Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it or help me to stop it. And then he's like, more fancy talk. He goes, Doctor, do you know what Haddonfield is? Families, children, all lined up and down. You're telling me they're lined up for a slaughterhouse. And he goes, they could be. And then the cop goes, all right, I'll stay with you tonight, just in the chance that you're right. And if you are right, damn you for letting him go. So, yeah. That's one of my favorite scenes, and that's one of my favorite quotes that Sam Loomis says. He says that, and then he says the big line, I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. I met this 6-year-old child with the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, all that. So that's another good montage. That's a good one. So, but I think I'm going to put down Sam Loomis, death has come to your little town. I wish I could say that there's some good movie quotes of like Jason and Michael Myers, but they don't say one damn thing. So the only one that really talks, like Leatherface. Leatherface makes noises. He screams a lot, but he doesn't say anything. Really, the only one that talks, Ghostface talks, because that can be anyone. The Leprechaun talks. And then Freddy. Freddy says, probably his most famous quote is in the third one. Welcome to prime time, bitch. That's a good one. So, yeah. So, Freddy. Welcome to prime time, bitch. I'm trying to think of a good Ghostface one. Let's see. Liz says, welcome back, Bukkake. He says, thanks, y'all. Welcome back, Bukkake, from Mama Bear. Let's see, what's a good one from Ghostface? I mean, there's a lot of good quotes from Ghostface. What's your favorite scary movie? That's a good one. And then I ask a question. If you answer correctly, Steve lives. And then he's like, name the killer in Halloween. No, I can't. He goes, sure you can. It's your favorite scary movie. Remember, he had a white mask and he stalked the babysitters. Come on, yes, you can. And then she's like, Michael goes, yes! Very good. Now for the real question. No! We can't stop now. You're doing so well. And then she's like, name the killer in Friday the 13th. Jason! I'm sorry. That's the wrong answer. No, it's not. It's Jason. Afraid not. No way. And then she's like, listen, I saw that movie 20 goddamn times. And then he's like, then you will remember Mrs. Voorhees, Jason's mother. Jason didn't show up until the sequel. I'm afraid that was a wrong answer. And then he's like, lucky for you, there's a bonus round. But I'm afraid poor Steve, his time is ended. And then he fucking guts Steve. And I'm like, well, that's the end of fucking Steve. There you go. I think with Ghostface, I'm just going to stick with a classic. What's your favorite scary movie? That's the classic one. So, yeah. Ghostface. What's your favorite scary movie? Tina, your book is getting filled up to the brim, I should say, and it's a lot of Halloween stuff in there, Tina, so I hope you enjoy it. Well, I think that's a good place to stop, my friends. So, yeah. There we are. Let's see. I use Welcome to Primetime Bitch weekly. Do you? Right on. That's cool. I haven't said it in quite a while because it's been a while since I've seen A Nightmare on Elm Street, any of them, let alone number 3, let alone number 1. It's been a while. It's been a while. So, yeah. Another one from Return of the Living Dead. The brains! I hit the fucking brain. That's a good one, too. And or whenever the half corpse, like Spider's like, hey man, fuck this. We gotta talk. And he's like, no, let's go talk outside. That scene's great. He's all like, he's like, why do you eat people? Not people, brains! And he's like, brains only. Yes. Why? The pain! All that shit. And he's like, what about the pain? The pain of being dead, and all this other bullshit. And he's like, it hurts to be dead. And then he's like, eating brains. How does that make you feel? Makes the pain go away. And then I love Spider's reaction, Vision. He's like, hey, listen, man. Hey, fuck this. We gotta talk, man. No, let's go talk outside. But whoever that actor was, I forgot his name, his facial expressions are hilarious. He's like, hey, listen, man. And he throws his hands up. He's like, hey, man, fuck this. We gotta talk. No, let's go talk outside. We gotta talk. And he's like, hey, man, how do you kill those things? And he's like, you don't. He's like, what the fuck do you mean you don't? Oh, man, I can quote Return of the Living Dead all fucking day. Oh, yeah. But it's about 10:34, and I haven't had any dinner yet, and I need to take a shower, so that's a good time to call it quits. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's the end of the coffee. And you guys know what that means. When the coffee's done, the Fears Man is done. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's topics, one of them is going to be Spooky Empire, the convention I'm going to. I've already bought my tickets. Gosh, that was loud when I crunched my knuckles. Damn, I didn't expect it to be that loud. I'm getting old. Damn. That was loud. I don't know if you guys heard that. I went like that. That was like 4 or 5 pops, and I was like, damn. Anyway, so tomorrow's going to be Spooky Empire, and then we'll get to the best Halloween horror sound effects, because I want to do that one tomorrow. And then, I don't know, I'll come up with something else, but those 2 topics for sure, because I want to cover, all the cool stuff, because I've never been to Spooky Empire. Adam has. I know Zach's been at least once. Dave, I don't know if you've ever been to Spooky Empire, have you? Let me know, Dave. But I'm looking forward to it. I looked online. There is so many actors and actresses. I'm going to have to be very selective on who I get a photo with and who I get an autograph with, because I don't want to spend a lot of money, and it's already, I think the weekend pass is like $80, so I've already spent $80 on the weekend pass. But I know the footage will be rocking, so hell yeah. Great stream, Fears. Glad to be friends again. Me too. But I'm telling you, step out of line, and you're gone. Chicken says, sweet knuckle crunch. Oh, so you heard it too. Okay. Because I went like that, and sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't. And I went like that, and I was like, damn, that was like 4 or 5 crunches. And I was like, oh, they probably didn't hear it, but evidently you did hear it, so there you go. Well, I got a vlog coming very soon. And now that I'm in a good mood, it's back to editing. So yeah. Because I told you guys, I cannot edit when I'm either sad, depressed, pissed off, or all three. So now that I'm in a way better mood, vlogs coming, new videos coming, good stuff is coming. Vision says, that's right, y'all. Yes, sir. Hell yeah. Oh, I forgot about that one. Cool jerk. That's a good one. Hey, I need to grab my book. I can't believe I forgot about the little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair in your chinny chin. And he's like, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. And then he chomps down the fucking, door, looks in, here's Johnny. And then Shelley Duvall's like she is fucking terrified beyond belief, right? So she's already terrified. I think anyone would be in that situation where there's a fucking maniac going, well, I'm going to come in, I'm going to hack you up with a fucking axe and shit. Even Fears would be like, I don't know if it would go like that, but I'd be fucking, anyone would be fucking terrified. But Fears, I'm smart when it comes to these horror movies. I would never put myself in these situations. Never. Like, if one of my idiot friends is like, Fears, I heard a noise. I'm going to go check it out. I'm like, good luck with that. Come and hang out with me. No, fuck you. I'm not going down there. And then he's like, you're not coming with me? Fuck you. I'm not coming down there. I'm going to stay right here. Or I'd be halfway down the fucking road by now. Again, a good example. She's such a I hate to call a woman a bitch, but this woman in Friday the 13th Part 3 is one of the most... She's hot, but she's such a stupid bitch. She gets in the van, she starts it up, she's like, oh, gas. She turns on the electric switch, right? So she's got it. Then she gets stuck on the bridge, and I guess the van, because it's stuck, is like breaking down the bridge. And I'm like, motherfucker, all you have to do is put it in fucking reverse, and then drive across the bridge at high fucking speed, and you got it made. But no, what does she do? She winds up the window. Jason's hands are all stuck in the window. He breaks the fucking window. She gets out and runs into the fucking woods. I'm like, you stupid fucking bitch. Why would you leave a perfectly good running car? And she never goes back to it. I'm like, oh, you're so stupid. But again, I've said it a million times. If they didn't make the stupid mistakes, then you wouldn't have a horror film. But yeah. But sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's working. You have an electric car. Back it up and fucking run Jason's ass over and then just fucking take off running. But it is what it is. Anyway, let me grab my book real quick, cool jerk. I cannot believe I forgot about Here's Johnny, one of the best horror movie quotes of all time. Ugh. Thank you for reminding me. That's gotta go on the list. The Shining. I cannot believe I forgot about that. Here's Johnny. There we go. Got it. All right. Well, I appreciate you reminding me, because I was like, damn it. I cannot believe I forgot about that, but there you are. All right. I'm taking off. BPM says, I had to make another account. I gotta walk on eggshells or I'm blocked. Not on eggshells, just be a decent human being. You don't have to walk on eggshells, BPM. You know what? I'll be nice. You got 2 more strikes. Because that's unfair to have you just have 1. You got 1 strike against you for trolling me for so many years. But I'll give you 2 more. That's fair. That's being honest and fair. You don't have to walk on eggshells. Just be a decent human being. Don't start drama in the chat. Don't cause chaos in the chat, and everything will be fine. Because I hate drama. So, yeah. Well, that's good. That's very good. Oh, yeah, I forgot. My coffee's done. I almost was about to take another sip of coffee. My bad. All right, I'm taking off. But it was a fun show. So, yeah. No worries, BPM. Because I was like, well, I'm like, you gotta meet people halfway. I'm like, if he's gonna be nice and not cause chaos, then the least I can do is give him another chance. But I'm not giving you 40 chances like I gave Yakov. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. Or one of the most stupidest things I've done in my life. After probably the 5th chance, I probably should have just blocked him and walked away. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad, because then if I didn't give him all those chances, then we wouldn't be getting along right now. So that's good. All right, I'm taking off. And Tina, I'm sorry to you and Dave. Whoever that New York guy is, he's a fucking bitch and a half for releasing your guys' address, Tina. That guy is, I fucking hate that guy. Because he makes no sense. Chicken Wizard, you made a good point yesterday. Like, he doesn't make any sense. Fears, you're afraid of my body. I don't give a shit. One, I'm not gay. I could give a flying fuck about your body, right? Second of all, I'm like, I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm like, I'll stand up to anyone. I'm like, let alone, I'm not afraid of that fucking guy. No, no, no. And he's like, yo, Fears, I'm from fucking New York. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. You know? Bring it on, motherfucker. I'm from Missouri, bitch. I'll fuck you up beyond belief. I'm not afraid of that guy. He's just such a bastard for causing drama and leaking. I'm like, what are we, 5 years old? I'm going to leak your address. Get the fuck out of here, you know? Anyway. I don't know how many years, Visions, but quite a few. Because BPM hasn't been here since the very beginning, but quite a few years. Quite a few years. But I hope Aiden blocks that motherfucker. Because 1, he's annoying. 2, he's an idiot. 3, he makes no sense whatsoever. You're afraid of my body, Fears. I don't give a flying fuck about you. You're a stupid idiot, you know? You know? And there's no way in God's green earth, never in a trillion years am I afraid of that guy, you know? And I remember I'm on the phone with him. He's like, what are you going to do about it, Fears? I'm like, what are you going to do about it? And he's like, you're afraid. I'm like, I'm zero afraid. And I even said it. I'm on the phone. I remember saying this. I don't remember everything, but I remember I was like, come on. I'm like, you don't want to be a bad guy, do you? I'm like, really? You don't want to be a bad guy? Come on. And he's like, oh, I'm a bad guy, Fears. I'll fuck you up. I'm like, bring it on. I'm like, I dare you. And he's like, you're afraid, Fears. You're afraid. I'm like, do you see me? Do I sound afraid? And he's like, you're afraid, Fears. No. I'm like, do I sound afraid? And he's like, well, no. I'm like, well, I'm not afraid. Well, there you go. I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious. I couldn't take the motherfucker seriously. I was just like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, it was funny. So, yeah. Cool Jerk says, they're eating her. And now they're going to eat me. Oh, my God. Randall said that. What the fuck is that from? It's either from Troll 1 or Troll 2. Hang on, I gotta call Randall. Hang on. Don't tell me. Hang on. It's either from Troll 1 or Troll 2. Hang on. Let me call Randall. Randall, pick up. Come on, buddy. Hello? Randall? Damn it, he's not home. Fuck. Hang on. Let me find it. Hang on. I'll find it. That's a good one, BPM. I mean, Cool Jerk. Cool Jerk, that's a good one. Ah, that's a good one. Hang on. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Hang on. They're eating her, and then they're going to eat me. Troll 2. It is hilarious. It's one of the greatest, shittiest endings to a film. We have to listen to it. Oh my God. It's funny. It is hysterical. The actor is, I wouldn't classify him as an actor. I'm a better actor compared to this fucking guy. But he's selling it. He's trying to sell it. There's all these like trolls like eating all this green like liquid off the floor, and then he I I think he's not saying it to anyone. He's just looking up and saying it. And, oh man, it's hilarious. All right, hang on. Here we go. Here we go.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God.
Oh, it's great. I gotta add it. I gotta add it to the book. Hang on. That one's great. Oh, man. So that was my best. Cool joke. I did my best. That was my best impression of that guy. I tried. I don't know if it's good as that guy, but I did my best. I did my best. So we'll see. Oh my God. One of the best or worst endings, whichever way you want to take it, you know? So, Troll 2. Oh my God. Oh my God. There it is. Oh, damn. That was a loud one, Lantern. Oh, damn. Pew. Have you been in a horror movie yet? I've only ever been in one film. Cool jerk. I'm being honest. And it was a documentary. It was whenever my buddy Dave, I don't know what film company my buddy Dave got with, but my buddy Dave that used to run, he sold his Comic-Con convention. It was one of the biggest ones in the Midwest. It wasn't the biggest, but it was one of the biggest. And it was called Contamination Comic-Con. So, Contamination Comic-Con. And there was 6 of them. And I went to 5 of them, because the first one, I didn't know about it until my friend told me, so I missed the first one, but I went to 5 of them. And it was one, Dave, I wish Dave would never have sold that Contamination convention. It was so damn fun. I've got thousands of photos on my Facebook, so many fond memories, so many good times, and he got with some film company, and they decided to make a documentary about contamination. And my buddy Dave said, well, Fierce, you're one of my good friends. You're one of my best fans that have supported my Comic-Con all these years. You want to be in the film? And I went, oh, fuck yeah, I want to be in it. Now, I didn't get paid, but I got to go to the movie premiere, which was in downtown St. Louis. I got to be in the movie premiere. It was a big ordeal. They had it at a big movie theater in downtown St. Louis. And they actually had a red carpet and the whole 9 yards. And they had the St. Louis News there, I remember. And my buddy Dave said, oh, we made a documentary about my contamination. And I have it. It's in the other room. So one of these days, I should watch it and see if it's on my movie app. Let's actually see if it's on my movie app. Because if it is, I should watch it and review it for you guys, because I'm in it a bunch of times. Contam, C-O-N-T-A-M, yeah. Let's see if it's on here. Oh my God, it is. It is. Contamination, a convention story. Do you see it? I was in that film. Oh my God. Well, I should watch it tonight then. I should watch it tonight. Yep, that's the movie I was in. I cannot believe that is on this movie app. Well, I'm going to watch that tonight then. So tonight's watches are Contamination, a convention story. That's the only film I've ever been in. And it was awesome. I did it for free just to have street cred. You know, I was in it at least 4 or 5 times. I've shown you guys some of my cameos in it. And they interview me not all of my interview is in it. I'd say about 20 seconds of my actual interview is in the film. And then there's a bunch of cameos of me walking around the convention in the background. But I was in it. I was in the film. So, yeah. So, I can die a happy man and say I've been in at least one film. Fuck yeah. I think I'm the only person in the community that's been in a film. Because even Tommy hasn't even been in a film. Tommy's been on a TV show. So, but I guarantee you Tosh is a lot more popular than my small documentary film, you know. Oh, it's not even my documentary, it's my buddy Dave's. So, yeah. Yo, what's up, Larry? Well, Larry, you got here at the very last end of the show, because I'm about to end it. So, yeah. Is Lonely Ghost a Halloween movie? Yeah. It's not a movie, though. Cool jerk. It's a short film. I wouldn't consider it a film. It's a short film. What's up, Larry? Larry and Walter got here. What's up, Walter? Walter got here at the very last waking moment. So, yeah. The Whole 9 Yards is a good movie. I've seen it, Visions. And then they had a sequel, The Whole 10 Yards. And it's got Matthew... Oh, what's his name? Matthew Perry in it. The guy from Friends. And then Bruce Willis is in it. I do like... And he plays Jimmy the Tulip or whatever. And he's like a hitman, but he's retired. And he moves to the suburbs. It is a good film, Visions. Absolutely. 1,000%. I think I have it on DVD. That's another good watch. Anyway, tonight's watches... Let's see. I'm going to finish War Games... And I'm gonna watch Contamination, a convention story. So those are tonight's watches. So I'm about 25% done with War Games. I'll be honest, I didn't know I even had it. I forgot that it was on a dual DVD with Space Camp. So I'm gonna finish the War Games tonight. So yeah. So shout out to everybody in the chat, but. I've been going almost 3 hours, so that's a good place to stop. Anyway, I'm taking off. But, Larry, Walter, I'm sorry that you guys only got to see the tail end of it. So, yeah. At first, I thought you said he was a retard hitman. No. Retired. That would make a cool movie. No, it wouldn't. No. No. But I've seen it, Bukaki. Visions is right. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but he's Jimmy the Tulip. And he's got like a tulip tattoo on his arm or something. So, yeah. It's a good one. I started watching Monster, Ed Gein. I don't like it. I think Visions started. You watched that too, right, Visions? You said... I can't remember if you liked it. Did you like it, Visions? They got some guy that looks like Ed Gein. I mean, he looks like him. And then... The girl that plays Andy's mom out of Toy Story, she voices Andy's mom. And she played Sheldon's mom in The Big Bang Theory. She plays Ed Gein's mom. So, yeah. Yeah, BPM, it's very sad about Bruce Willis. I don't know what type of disease he has, but he has some type of disease. I think he has Alzheimer's. I think. But it's very sad because he's such a... I follow him on Instagram, and he's always posting pictures of his family and his friends. So he loves his family and his friends, which is awesome, you know, because I love my friends and my family very much. And he's such a great actor. I mean, he's in motherfucking Die Hard, one of the greatest action movies ever. And then he's in that horror movie / comedy, Death Becomes Her. He's a genius in that. Genius! He's so good in that. So, yeah. It sucks that he's become a vegetable. I mean, that sucks. It is. But, yeah. Yep. It's unfortunate. It really is. Anyway. I am in the TV movie War... I remember you saying that, Dave. So, I'd say me, Dave, and Tommy are the only ones that have been in movies out of the whole community. I remember... Thank you for reminding me. Let's see. There's a badass movie called Detective Downs. About a... Oh, really? Oh, damn, Visions. Okay. It doesn't bother me, but it doesn't really entertain me. Okay. Keep watching, Kate. Aunt Jackie gets fully nude. Damn! Holy shit. Wrinkles, 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 and probably some more wrinkles. Ew. Ew. That's gross. Ambition said huge bush. Ugh. Ah. Oh, my Lord. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Anyway, it's early on. You can stop after that. I tried to find Detective Downs, but couldn't find a copy. That's right, Larry. I forgot about that. You were in Hoosiers. That's right. I forgot about that. You're absolutely 1,000% right. So, Larry's been in a film. I've been in a film. Dave, and then Tommy's been on 2 TV shows. He was on Maid, and he was on Tosh. That's right. That's right. Oh, man. All right, I'm taking off. A shower awaits and dinner awaits because I've been skipping lunch. I've only been having breakfast. And if I get hungry during the day, I've been having a snack because I'm trying to lose as much weight as I can. Because I'm so sick and tired of the trolls saying, like, oh, you're fat, Fears. Well, yeah, I got it. I'm fat. But you're a fucking idiot. So I would rather be fat than a fucking idiot. Anyway. It's super rare. Museum has to order it from overseas as a bootleg. I'll send you the file. Damn, it's that old. Holy shit. No, you didn't, BPM. Don't even go there. I played Chunk in Goonies. I wish. That would be fucking cool. To know someone that played in the Goonies, one of my favorite childhood movies of all time. I'd say my 3 favorite childhood movies will go in this order. Ghostbusters, Goonies, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Space Camp. Man, those are just a few of them. Those 4 I watched a lot. Anyway, I burglarized. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's good though. For clout. No, you didn't. That's funny though. Oh Lord. Yeah, I burglarized it. No, you didn't. All right. Well, it has been a good stream. It's been fun. I'm telling you, the last few streams have been a rockin'. And lanterns. I'm telling you, ever since I got all that shit off my chest, things have been going really good. So, hell yeah. Well, thanks, Walter. I'm glad you guys find it cool now, because whenever I bought it, the trolls gave me so much shit for getting it. I didn't care. I don't care that it's not a real one. I don't care if it's a replica. I did get it signed. Oh, I didn't get it signed. It was already... I'm sorry. I didn't get it signed. It was already signed by Biff Tannen and Marty McFly. So that's cool. So yeah. Goonies is legit my favorite childhood movie. And Billy Madison. Yeah, Billy Madison is great. Shampoo is better. No, conditioner is better. Stop looking at me, Swan. That's a good scene. And then, yeah, here's a good piece of shit. And then he goes, Judas Priest, it's one of those flaming bags again. Don't put it out with your boot, Ted. Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This one's out of control. And then he goes, he called the shit poop. That's one of the greatest lines. He called the shit poop. I was fucking dying. Oh, man. That's one of the greatest scenes, BPM. And then, hey, Billy, who would you rather bang? Meg Ryan or Jack Nicholson? And then I love it. He actually thinks about it. He's like, Jack Nicholson now or 1974? And then Norm Macdonald goes, 74. And then he goes, Meg Ryan. That is probably, those 2 scenes. He called the shit poop, and then who would you rather bang? Those are 2 of my favorite scenes. I mean, I've never laughed more harder than at Billy Madison. I was fucking losing my mind. And then Visions, it sucks that Norm Macdonald has passed away. He was so funny. He was funny even in that cameo as Deuce Bigelow. So that's $11.50, right? He goes, no. You don't seem to understand. If you don't pay me right now, I'm going to take this swivel stick and I'll be shoving that right up your pee hole. And then he's like, so that's $11.50, right? Yeah. And then he goes, all right, well, here's $3 and I'm going to go work on your tip. And then he walks away. That guy had some of the most legendary lines. And then even in Billy Madison, he's like, hey, Billy, you want to fill this bucket up with some beer? What does he say? Hang on. Oh, hey, Billy, you want to go feed that donkey some beer? Get it all messed up? And he's like, kind of looks at him weird, and he's like, maybe later. All right, well, I'll go fill up some beer in a bucket. And then he fucking walks off. That's great. Oh, man. That's fucking great. Oh, man. But again, that scene's funny, BPM, but I think the funniest scene is he called the shit poop. That's because they're like fucking dying of laughter. And then the old guy is in his fucking underwear and he's like, I'll get you kids for this. You're all gonna die. That's good. And then if I had to pick a third scene, hey, who rules? O'Doyle rules. O'Doyle rules. And then they fly off a fucking cliff. All because of a fucking banana peel. I'm like, come on. But at least O'Doyle finally gets what's coming to him because he's such a little bastard. And I'm like, well, there you go. You fucked with the Sandler. You fuck with the Sandler and you get flying off a cliff. So fuck you. Bye. You're gone. There it is. That's right. It's poop again. So if I ever get to be in a film with Adam Sandler, I don't care what movie it is. I'm just going to go up to Mr. Sandler and be like, let me be the guy in the underwear. I'm like, we got to bring the guy in the underwear back, and I got to scream and go fucking nuts and say it's poop again. So hopefully Adam Sandler will one day grant Fears' request. I would love to do that. Either scream it's poop again or laugh about poop in an Adam Sandler film. Kind of recreate that scene. That would be fucking great. I just think it would be funny if Fears was in his underwear as that old guy. I'd put prosthetic makeup on, made me up as that old man, and don't put it out with your boot, Ted. Don't tell me my business, devil woman. It's a great scene. It's fucking great. I love it. Did I, Visions? I don't remember saying that. Well, you guys have got a better memory than the old Fears man. Because some things I do remember. I'd say the best thing that I remember is family memories, friend stories, and then movie quotes. But it takes me forever to remember, like, people's names, dates, times, math, shit like that. Because sometimes my memory is right there. Other times, you guys know, sometimes my memory is for shit. So, I'm being dead honest with you, Visions. I don't remember saying that. But I believe you. I believe you. It was probably one of Fears' bad lies. So, yeah. So, we had to give you a ribbling. Yeah, it was more than a ribble. You guys went nuts on me. But, yeah. But at least, I'm being honest. I got a little authenticity card. So, I didn't get it signed. But somebody got it signed. Those are real signatures. I kept the authenticity card. It's in that binder with all my movie props. It's in... Here, let me grab it. It's in... And I put Chucky stickers on it, so let's see, where is it? I got a bunch... Oh, there it is. Right up front. There's the authenticity card with a picture of Michael J. Fox signing it, so... Whoever got it before me, there's the card. I got Clark Kent's badge. I got fake money from movies. I got a bunch of Back to the Future shit in here. The card from the Santa Claus. Resident Evil, the Ghostbusters business card. I got a whole bunch. The ghastly grinner from Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's my favorite episode of all time. That episode is fucking great. You know? The ghastly grinner. I wish it was the real one. It's fucking fake, but it's cool to have. The Jurassic Park things. A whole bunch. Turbo Man. I got a bunch of cool shit in here. The ticket from Last Action Heroes in there. All good stuff. Oh, the Kiss My Ass money from Beverly Hills Cop 3. Look. Kiss my ass. That's great. It's one of the best scenes. He like fucks over the bad guys and they're printing money, and then you just see Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley. He's like all thinking like, oh, I've got an idea, and then you see him like print it on the computer, and then the bad guy comes in and you just see thousands of bills, and they come out of the printer and it says kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my ass. And then the bad guy goes, ah, like that. And then he turns around and goes, oh, there you are. Foley's running around and he gets shot. Not once, not twice, but 3 times right here in the chest. And I'm like, yeah, well, fuck you. Bye, you're gone. So, yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I'm going to read the rest of the chat and then I'm out of here because I'm getting hungry. I need a shower. And I want to do a little bit of editing before I mosey on off to work. So hopefully I'll get a vlog out tomorrow or the next day. But it's been fun hanging with you guys. I'm telling you, the shows have been a lot better. Now that I'm not lying anymore, I'm being 100% honest with you guys, and I'm telling you, a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, so I'm kind of glad I went nuts. I feel ashamed for going nuts. That's why I took down the stream, but it felt good to get all that off my chest, because it's been bottling up inside for quite a while. Plus, everybody's getting along, which is good. There's no chaos. No one's fucking going ballistic, so it's good. It's good. Let's see. Let's see. What was the last one? What was the last thing I read? Zach says, yo, I'm back. Zach, how was your night? Was it good? Oh, it's whatever now. I think you said the guy at the con told you that. No worries. Yeah, he told me something. I don't remember what he said, Visions, and I got a little bit of me and his interaction in the vlog, but yeah. Something like that. Cool Jerk says, okay, that's epic. Yep. It was pretty epic to have something signed officially by Michael J. Fox, even though I wasn't there, Cool Jerk. To actually, the guy said he took it somewhere. I don't even know where he took it. He took it somewhere, got it authenticated, got that little authenticity card. Whoever that guy I bought it from, he said, I got Biff Tannen's signature, I got Michael's, and then I guess he didn't want it anymore, and he sold it at Jeff's convention, and I was like, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. Give me that. He wanted like 500, and I talked him down to like 250. Because there was no way in God's green earth that I was going to pay 500. I looked at the guy, I'm like, you're nuts. You're nuts. And he's like, no, 500. That's reasonable. I was like, no, it's not. I'm like, 200, 250 is reasonable. But I'm like, 500? I'm like, I said it politely. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no. No, that's reasonable. No, it's not. 250, that's reasonable. 500, you're living in La La Land, I was like, no. So yeah, Cool Jerk, it was pretty fucking epic. I was like, oh shit, I'm like, whether, it would have been, now I will say it would have been a lot epic to actually get the actual hoverboard, like a real one from the movie. That's the only way it would be more epic, but at least it's half epic to have real signatures from Tom Wilson that played Biff. And you know what's funny about Tom Wilson? He's not a jerk at all. I've never met him, but I've watched so many interviews, and he said, the coolest thing about playing Biff is, he goes, I'm nothing like Biff. He goes, Biff is a jerk. Biff is a fucking asshole. And he goes, I'm so glad that Biff got beat up in Back to the Future 3. Like, he gets the shit kicked out of him by Marty. And George McFly, like, George doesn't beat the shit out of him. He punches him, knocks him out. But Marty he beats the shit out of him in part 3. Well, technically that's not Biff. It's Biff's descendant. It's Mad Dog Tannen. So, but it's in his family. But he gets the shit kicked out of him in part 3. And Tom Wilson said, in real life, I'm like the most happiest, like happy-go-lucky guy ever. So I'd love to meet him someday. I've never met any of the Back to the Future. Oh, no. The only person I've met is Strickland. The guy that plays Strickland. James Tolan. He was in Master of the Universe. He plays that crazy, bald cop with the brown trench coat that makes no fucking sense. So I've only met him. But I don't think I've met any of the other Back to the Future. I've never met Christopher Lloyd. I would love to meet Chris. I've sat in a bunch of DeLoreans, but James Token's the only... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. See, this is classic Fears memory. I've met James Token, and then I met the guy... I just met the guy a couple months back. The guy that played George McFly in part 2, because the original actor didn't come back. So I've met him. And his name is Jeff Wisen. So I've met 2. So I've met the guy that played George McFly from part 2 and part 3, and then I've met Strickland from all 3 of them. And he played Strickland's descendant in the Western one. But that's it. Classic. Fears memory. So yeah, it was pretty cool. My night was great. Worked on some of my guitars when I got home. Oh, that's cool. Tina, I just got done cleaning and tuning the Beetle bass. Ooh, nice. Walter says, what's up, Zach? How's it going, Walter? It's going great. Mr. Incredible. Do you ever live stream, Zach? It's cold here. Got the fireplace going. How cold is it, Walter? How cold is it? So, yeah. Can you call Zach? Sure, I can call Zach if you guys want, and then I'm gonna end it. Yeah, so I'm sorry that I forgot about that. Classic Fears memory. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, I know I've met, but, well, here's the thing. I've never met anyone super important from Back to the Future. I've met Strickland, which he's kind of a side character, and then I met George McFly, but not the official George McFly. Because he filled in for, what's his name? Who's the guy that plays George McFly in the first one? What the hell's his name? Hang on. He's a big 80s and 90s actor. Hang on. Hang on. What the hell's his name? What the fuck? Hang on. Hey, Meta, who's the actor's name that played George McFly in the first Back to the Future? I forgot his name.
That's an easy one. Michael J. Fox.
No. Not Marty. Who played George McFly out of the first Back to the Future?
Good question. Crispin Glover played...
Crispin Glover. That's what his name is. Excuse me. Yeah, I forgot his name, but yeah. I've never met anyone like epic. I would love to meet like Doc Brown, like Christopher Lloyd. I mean, he's like 80-something and he's still acting. He was just in the 2nd season of Wednesday. I mean, that's fucking great. That's awesome, And then he's been in Clue. That guy's been in so many movies. He was in, what's that other kid's movie that I used to watch as a kid? It was another camp movie where he plays like a crazy camp counselor. Camp Nowhere. I used to watch that as a kid too, and Christopher Lloyd's in that. I would love to meet Michael J. Fox. I've got so much fucking respect for Michael J. Fox. He doesn't let his disease like rip him down. I'm sure he's had bad days, but he's raised over $2 billion for the Michael J. Fox Parkinson's charity, like his foundation. That's fucking awesome. That's awesome. I keep wanting to drink my coffee, but it's done. I need to put it over here. Let's see here. Dang, Fear's still going. Well, I was going to end it, but if you guys still want to hang out a little more, I don't mind hanging out for a little bit. But I'm starting to get tired. Oh, man. The great state of Indiana, like my buddy Larry, Zach. Oh, yeah. Walter and Larry are from there. So, hell yeah. My girlfriend is in Indiana. That's right, Zach. You told me that. So, a lot of people from Indiana. I've never stayed in Indiana. I've drove through Indiana, but I've never stayed. So, yeah. She in Fort Wayne, Zach. Well, let me call Zach and see what he's up to. And then I'm getting hungry. I need to get something to eat. And I need to mosey on out of here. Oh, my Uncle Jim. My Uncle Jim wrote me. How's it going, mate? You doing all right out there? I'm doing good. I'll text you back later. I'm doing good. Let me call Zach. Calling Zach right now. Yo, what's up, dude?
What's going on?
So you were working on your guitars, like you said in the chat. But what else? Have you been door dashing all night, or what have you been doing?
No. I had to go to the nursery.
The nursery. What's that?
The nursery.
Nursery.
The Puff Puff nursery.
What are you on about?
Wise choice.
What?
Wise choice. It's the nursery.
I
The
don't-
Za nursery.
I don't know what you're on about. Nursery.
It's the legal stuff.
Oh!
The legal green.
Ah! Okay. For a minute, I was like, why would you go to a nursery? You don't have kids. I was like, what are you on about? Okay. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
It's a green nursery.
Yeah, no, I got it now. I got it now. But you just...
come down to my area, I gotta take you there.
Well, I don't really smoke weed, buddy. It doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, I'll tag along if you want, but I'm not going to smoke. I tried.
I just have a couple edibles here and there, like for me to focus. But
I've never had an edible, but I was so drunk in college. I must have, I took 10, 15 hits, and my friend's like, Fears, you need to take more. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've took 15 hits, motherfucker. I'm like, it's not doing anything for me. And he's like, well, you're probably too drunk. And I was like, I am. I'm drunk off my fucking ass.
So you were drunk and high at the same time. Dude, that is an awesome feeling.
Well,
but I haven't done that in forever.
I wouldn't say I was even high. I didn't feel anything. Like he was like, are you feeling it, Fears? I was like, not really. I just kept drinking all night.
The last time I smoked, okay? The last time I actually smoked and got high.
Yeah.
I actually saw a map of the United States being woven out of string in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. I'm never smoking again.
You're hallucinating, my friend.
I'm trying to be an American, but that's going overboard.
That's going a little overboard. I mean, I'm proud to be an American too, but that's a little overboard, my friend.
I definitely don't want to see it woven out of yarn.
And let alone you saw it woven in your mind.
Yeah, I saw it, and then I saw sound.
You saw sound? Damn.
Oh yeah. You know what? Okay, Johnny, I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me.
Anyone who gets stoned off their ass needs to put headphones on, like the Beats, the sound isolating headphones, and listen to the last track from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
There you go.
When the chord holds out at the very end, dude, you're gonna feel like you're going through like a time travel tunnel.
Now, Zach, I do have a request. The fans have been absolutely in love with your impression. So when we do go play mini golf in November, I already told the fans I had to work late that night. I was so exhausted, and then it rained all day that fucking day.
I know.
So even if we did go play miniature golf, it would have ended unless we did a miniature golf course inside, you know.
Oh,
and I actually want to do one. Either way, I don't care. Either we'll do an inside miniature golf course where it's nice and AC, preferably, or if you want to wait till a nice sunny day and we can go to one outside. I don't care either way. But it would have been a day wasted, you know, and then we wouldn't have got great footage because it would have rained us out. So I was like, fuck it, let's just Wait till all the Halloween activities are done. In November, I've got nothing else except for these 3 things. I'm having Thanksgiving dinner with Randall because he invited me. And then I'm having, my church always does like a Thanksgiving dinner like before Thanksgiving so we can hang out with the church family. And then I've got your mini golf, and that's it. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, I'm from November.
Well, besides work. I mean, obviously I got work, but I mean, like special events, that's it.
Oh yeah, and in 2026, I don't know what the dates are yet. I'm still waiting on them.
Yeah.
But I have a few shows with the British Invasion Beatles tribute.
Nice.
In 2026. If you want, and if Dave and Tina want, for whatever shows we have locally, I can put you guys on my guest list.
Oh, also,
for tickets.
that's cool.
Damn right.
I would be down. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to a free ticket. Hell yeah, buddy. Also, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think Jeff will do first in 2026? Do you think he'll put out the new schedule online first, or do you think he'll print out? Because he does both. He does a printout, brings them to the shows, and then he does like the new schedule on all of his YouTube and his TikTok and his website and his Facebook. What do you think will come first?
He'll probably have them at the shows first.
You think so?
The guests always have them handy so that
Yeah.
they know which ones they're going to be at in the future.
Yeah, and then he puts it on the website.
Yeah, and the website and Facebook, but that usually comes at a later time.
Do you think he'll do a Christmas one this year? He said he was going to.
No, I was hoping he would.
Well, because every time he does a Christmas one, you know, he always has a charity connected to it, and I always donate.
Yeah, I think he is because
Is
he's
he?
trying to get Eddie Giesen back for the Polar Express thing.
Yeah, and I've met him. He's the nerdy guy from Greece.
Eddie's been a friend of mine for so long now. I can't even...
He's such a nice guy. I got a photo with him. I got an autograph. He was nice enough to do an interview with me. The fans haven't seen that. They're waiting for it. And
You guys need to go onto my channel because...
Zach, he's also in... Do you know that... I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Do you know that Eddie is also in War Games?
Yes.
I had no idea. I'm watching it tonight. Well, I'm watching...
He was in Dexter's Laboratory also.
Was he? Oh, damn.
He was Mandark.
He was in Grease 1. He was in Grease 2, War Games, Polar Express. He's voiced thousands of cartoons. He's a voice actor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he is an actor, but he's famous for doing more cartoon characters.
Oh, he was in Tim Conway's Dorf special. He
Yeah.
was in Dorf's Golf Bible.
Yeah, Visions has told me about Dorf. I haven't seen that one. I've seen the... Oh, no, I've seen bits of the
Pitching.
the fishing one, not the golf one. He does a golf one, too.
He also does Olympic Games, and there's one where he's in NASCAR also.
I gotta sit down and watch these. They sound hilarious.
He's in the NASCAR one also.
Is he really?
When I come over, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, bring it over. Bring it over. Is it on DVD?
I don't have the DVD anymore. It broke, but it is on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll open up my laptop. Show me it on YouTube. I would love to see it.
All right, yeah, I'll show you all of the Dorf ones that they have on there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's YouTube. They probably got all of them on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, I'm gonna let you go because it's 11:25, and I gotta be at work at 4:30, and I still need to take a shower, and I need to get something to eat, and I'm hungry. But I'm telling you, man, a weight has been lifted ever since I went nuts and got everything off my chest. The fans have been going nuts, like in a positive way. The shows have been 50 times better. Lantern Show is always like great going nuts, but it's even better now.
Right.
And what I mean by that is no one's getting their feelings hurt. Everybody's cool. Everyone just wants to. I think the fans are getting sick and tired of drama too. So
yeah, definitely.
So things are definitely a lot better, man. I feel a lot better, and it's good.
Yeah, it is.
So in a way, I'm glad I went nuts and said, listen, this is what's on my fucking mind. I need to get it off my fucking chest. But it sucks that I had to go that fucking nuts because I said I'm ashamed of myself. I said a lot of horrible things.
But I think in a way, your anger by showing your other side, I think that got your point across to people.
I hope so. I hope so. It just sucks that I had to get that upset. I mean, it sucks. It really is.
Oh, I know. Nobody likes to get upset like that.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I'm hope. I mean, things are looking up. Things have been really good. So yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing that would make me even more happier now is get a better job, because I'm so sick and tired of counting boxes all night and stacking boxes. And if I got a lady, so that would be a nice birthday or Christmas present. Actually, get a fucking lady.
I said I'm gonna take you to a strip club, but I'm staying out in the car.
Yeah, because well. I mean, I don't know if your girlfriend's the jealous type, but if she is the jealous type...
Oh, yes, she is.
Well then, if she finds out about that, she'll be pissed off at me and, I can't believe you took Fears there. You know, I'm dumping you.
No, I'm going to have to send like 40 bouquets of flowers to her door and and I'm going to have to order like 100 rings to send there.
40?
40 bouquets of flowers.
Oh, I thought you meant 40 rings. I was like...
Rings.
I thought you meant 40 rings. I was like, holy shit, you're fucking loaded.
No, but for Christmas, I'm not. Instead of sending her 5 golden rings, I'm gonna send her 5 onion rings.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's not even worth the chance. So just tell her. So
you were saying about the impressions and mini golf.
Yeah, you got. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you. The fans have been. Thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry, buddy. So the fans have been loving the impressions. I love the impressions. Whenever we film the mini golf, like in between the holes, I'm just going to turn the camera on you and be like, Zach, give us another random impression. And then we'll try to have the fans guess it, you know, when we're vlogging.
Yeah.
Because they fucking love the impressions, man.
For you all.
The Alf one? Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Yeah, don't do it now. Like, save it for the vlog. Save it for the vlog.
Because Jensen Daggett was in Project Alf with Martin Sheen
Mm-hmm.
and Ray Walston and Miguel Ferrer.
Oh, I thought you meant...
Going up to Jensen and speaking in my Alf voice.
I thought you meant like Alf, like the alien from the TV show.
That is, yeah.
Oh, they made a movie of it?
It's called Project Alf. It's on YouTube. Look it up. I'll send you the link.
Send me the link, because I didn't know. I thought it was only a TV show. Wow.
No, it's a movie. It was what happened after.
After the TV show.
No.
Oh, wow.
Afterwards, because you know in the series finale.
Well, don't tell me, because I haven't seen all of Alf yet. Like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I only watched bits and pieces of Alf, so don't tell me the ending of it.
All right. Well, I'm sending you the link to the movie. I'm actually texting it to you right now. Okay, great. Yeah. Just text it to me or just send it to me on Facebook, buddy, because that blew my fucking mind. I had no idea that there was a movie version of Alf. Okay, I got it. I got it. Cool. Right. Well, dude, you blew my mind tonight. Wow. Oh, yeah, Jensen Daggett's in the movie. Really? Yeah. He's such a nice guy, man. I followed... we're not friends on Facebook, but he has a fan page on Facebook. I followed that, and I followed him on Instagram. He did follow me on Instagram. He's such a nice guy. Flacco? No, the Jensen guy. Jensen Daggett's a lady. No. I'm sorry, not her. I'm tripping. The nerdy guy. Oh, Eddie. Eddie. Eddie followed me on Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm so tired, dude. Eddie's a friend of mine on Facebook. Yeah. Now, is Eddie in the Alf movie? No. Okay. So she's in it though, Jensen, the girl that you're gonna meet at Spooky Empire. Yeah, she was also her and the military guy that she starred alongside of in Project Alf. Okay. O'Leary. They were both on Home Improvement together. Her husband in Home Improvement. Jensen was? Yeah, Jensen was Jill's sister in the show. Jill's sister. Yeah, and her husband was always hanging out with her at their house. Yeah, I remember the brother. Yeah, the brother actually. The brother was named Marty,
And that was
Marty's real name is William O'Leary.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in Project Alf with
Yeah.
Jensen Daniels.
okay. So Marty was Tim's brother, but I don't remember Jill's sister. I don't.
No, his wife, Marty's wife.
Oh, Marty's wife.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I don't remember what she looks like. So Jensen was Marty's wife, right, on Home Improvement? Yeah. See, I remember Marty would come in, and in the story, they had 2 children. They had 2 daughters, but I don't remember his wife's, like, I don't know what she looks like.
I don't know.
I'll have to bust out the Home Improvement DVDs and have a look.
Nancy Taylor, her name was.
Nancy? Okay.
I'm sending you a picture of them from Home Improvement.
Send it. So Jensen is that character that you want to meet at Spooky Empire.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, Jensen was in that?
Yeah, she was in Friday the 13th.
In the original?
Yeah.
Which character does she play in the original?
I don't know.
I'm tripping.
Another picture of Jensen with William O'Leary.
Send me a picture of her from Friday the 13th, because I can't picture her in Friday the 13th. I didn't know she was in that.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm tired and I'm tripping. I am tripping. Because I've watched Friday the 13th a million times, and I can't fucking think of her character. I didn't know she was in that. You sure she was in number 1, the original?
I think she was in part 4.
Oh, so she was in part 4. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending you a picture.
Because I sent you, I asked you, is she from the original? So she's from part 4.
No, she's from part 4.
Okay. Hang on. Let me have a look. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not, Zach, she's not from part 4. She's from part 8. Jason.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no way in God's green earth she's in 4 or 1. I've watched those movies front to back to front.
Yeah. The second picture, the one in between Home
Part
Improvement
8. Part 8.
Friday. Yeah. But the one where they're in military outfits, that's from Project Alf.
That's from Project Alf? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you got. Why don't we just watch it when I come over?
I mean, if you want, yeah. And then
let's just watch it,
and then that's
gonna get a fucking kick out of it.
That's from Home Improvement. Do you know what season that's from?
Oh gosh, I forget what season they were introduced. I forget.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you actually know more about Home Improvement than I do. I thought I was the Home Improvement nerd because I love that sitcom. I fucking love Home Improvement.
Speaking of Home Improvement, okay, the Beatles tribute band that I used to be in back in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just burped. Excuse me. I'm chugging a Coke.
Damn, Hugh.
Oh my god, that stinks. But when we were doing our sound checks before shows, our guitarist would out of nowhere, our George Harrison, would take his Gretsch Country Gentleman,
Yep.
be tuning it up, and he'd get on the microphone in front of like outdoor audiences when we were just doing sound check, and he'd be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, you guys like Home Improvement?" And he'd take his guitar, and go down, 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 down. Then I go,
nice. Anyway, I'm taking you off speakerphone, buddy. I'm falling asleep here. I've got to get some sleep, man, and I'm hungry. The fans made me hang out another 38 minutes, and I need to go. Zach said you guys are bad. Well, I know you're not bad, Zach. I know. You guys are good. Listen, I love hanging out with the fans. I love hanging out with you. But you know fears. I need my food. I need my coffee. And I need my sleepy time before work. Or I will be, Mr. Hyde will pop out. And you guys don't want to see that.
So it's time for Fears to say, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you.
That's right, Zach. Zach's on point. Zach just said, well, it's time for Fears to say, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. All right. I'm taking off, buddy. I'll see you later.
All right, man. I'll talk to you all later.
All right. Peace. All right. I'm going to read all the comments, and then I'm out of here because I am beyond belief tired. So, yeah. All right, the last thing I read was Zach saying, I just got home. I'm cleaning my guitar. Da, 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 da. Walter says, what's up, Zach? How's it going, Walter? It's going great. I heard Burt Reynolds was a jerk. I always wanted to meet him, cool jerk, and I never got to meet Burt Reynolds. I always wanted to, but I wouldn't know if he's a jerk or not because I've never met him. But I do like Smokey and the Bandit, some of his best work of all time. So, yeah. The third one is kind of crap, but Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2, priceless. So, yeah. What's up, Larry? Can you call Zach? I just did. Dang, Fears is still going. I know, Triple. I know. I should have quit a while ago. I'm getting tired. And then, let's see here. Hell yeah, Walter. Hanging with Larry. Oh, yeah. Walter, is it cold where you and Larry are now? You're not missing much, Fears. Indiana is lame. Is it, Walter? All right. Right on. Yes, Tina, it's cold at night. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I had to use my jacket the other day. Not during the day out here, because usually during the day it's, 80, 90. At night, it gets kind of cold here. So it was getting a little nippy a couple nights ago. So, yeah. Let's see. Send me some green, Larry. Oh, yeah, Larry's got the hookup. He sent LC some green, and LC smoked that shit super quick. So, yeah. If I sent you a gummy, would you eat it, Fierce? Nah. I'm good, Larry. I don't want anything like that. I'm good. I am good. John absolutely needs some yummy gummies. I'm good, Liz. Fears absolutely does not need that. So, yeah. I'm good. I really am. Good, I'm tired. That guy smells like salami from Greece. Oh, have you met him? Well, he didn't smell like salami when I met him. He's a nice guy. He is a very nice guy. Oh, shit, I'm tired. Let's see. Tina, do you have any hot friends for John? Yeah, Tina. Hook a brother up. Let me know. I go every once in a while, but it's about a 4-hour drive for me. Oh, man, that's a long way. That's crazy, Walter. I was going to say, I surprise you. Don't go to Ohio, but don't want to dox where you're from. Oh, good. I'm so tired. I need more sleep. Is that a homie Randall? No, it is homie Zach. Hell yeah. Randall is locked in John's basement until he gets Fearsman done. Damn right. Damn right. Well, it's funny is ever since I've lived in Orlando, most people don't have basements here. You can have a basement in Orlando, in Florida, but it'll cost you an arm and a leg. I don't have a house. I have an apartment. So, yeah. I'm just joking, John. Oh, I know you're just joking, Walter. You're good. You are good. Anyway. All right, I'm taking off. Yeah, Mama Bear, if you have any down friends, hook up John with a babe. Yeah, I need a babe. I'm sick and tired of not having a lady. It's been 5 years. 5 years. That's too long. All right, I'm taking off. But that was a great show, guys. Amazing show. I'm telling you. I'm feeling good things for the community. I think all the drama, hopefully, is done. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself. There it is. And good things are coming. But, hell yeah. All right. Fierce loves you guys. Fierce cares about you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world. I am grateful to have loving and loyal fans like you. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the views, all the hangout time with Fears, in the live streams. When you guys do send fan mail, thank you so much. You guys fucking rock. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe To Larry Tate, 67. He's back on the attack, Jack. Subscribe to The Incredible Impression on YouTube. My buddy, my pal, Zach, he does Nixon. He does Bugs Bunny. He does Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It's a vicious lie. Subscribe to my friend Randall, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer and Werecamp on YouTube. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. And last, but certainly not least, follow the host with the most, the leader of the community, big responsibility, FearsMan26 on YouTube. That's the first channel. And be sure to follow me on my second channel, Fears Vlogs, the one that you're watching right now. And if you have time, walk on over to TikTok and follow me on TikTok, because my TikTok is actually going very well. I've got... How many followers do I have on TikTok? Let's find out. It's 8,000, almost 9,000. Let me have a look-see. Hang on. I have got 8,462. Bam! Right there. That's pretty good. And the most recent ones, I did a review on Uncle Sam. Then I posted a picture of Uncle Sam, and then I posted a picture of Dick Tracy. So there's the review. So if you haven't seen it, here it is.
Yo guys, what's going on? Back at it again with another movie review. This time, we're looking at a little bit of Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam Wants You Dead.
Uncle Sam Wants You Dead. So check it out on my TikTok. I love you guys. All right, this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. And I'll see you guys later. Hey, Lantern. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. I just shit myself. Oh, God.